Steven tickles the 3, goes for the 6 for an 8.
All right, live stream should be kicking on now. Apologies, folks, for the delay. Great to see you all here on Candlepin Bowling Network, Facebook, and YouTube. For those of you just tuning in live, you see the story so far. Central 3 just pouring on all the marks. 2 marks each from Daley and Harris in the 4 and 5 spots. Nothing just yet. No marks in the early going for Central 1, the designated home team.
And Charles Collins just going also. So now we're live. The first 2 boxes plus were not live. They're recorded, so we're all ready to go live. Paul Grant, Greg Gouillart, Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. The Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week is on Candlepin Bowling Network. Big shutout next Friday night coming up. We'll talk about that later on. Norcross spare, and all of a sudden, Central 3 pouring it on. Peter Penney, the captain, can't get the 9 to go, and that's 13 straight without a mark to start their match. They just got ahead of Hingham last week, the 4th seed. The 1 seed defending champs. Pouring it on right now, Penney a 9. We will put the full broadcast up later tonight. Norcross bonus 9, 19 through 1.
As soon as possible, that's for certain. Great to see you all now.
Peter Penney on the head pin. No split this time. They get a chance for their first mark. And there goes the 4. The 7 holds. Norcross, rare miss there. Penney, their first mark. Took a while, 14 boxes, they're on the board. Plenty of time left. Nichols, Paul Grant special, missed the second, make the third. Never a good time for that, but they are winning 10 after the spare 9. 43 through 4 in the first of 3 strings. 2 points a win for string, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. Greg.
And there it is, so 6 spares to 1 for Central 3 in the early going. That's why they're off to this rip-roaring lead.
22-pin lead, 3 marks to 1, all spares. Twister time, Scott Douglas, the younger brother Tim Douglas, the Tornado. 6 down, 4 to go. Buffalo Nichols, Matt Buffalo Nichols. Loves Buffalo wings and likes the Buffalo game at the casinos. He says Buffalo real loud when you win. So that's his nickname, not mine. He made that one up. Douglas, oh, it goes after all. How about that one? Wraparound spare, they got 2 marks in a row all of a sudden. Actually, Nichols the spare, rather. So now they got 2 marks in a row. Douglas gets his first mark. So Central 3 now with 2 marks. We'll have to go on 0 for 13.
There you go. So Douglas gets this one on the wraparound. I'm going to get it so the scoreboard actually is live on this one. But yeah, the 10 to 9, then the 6 from behind to get that one. Douglas is immediately displeased on that one. And his fill is 4. Ooh, Nichols right down the middle, 5.
Not a friendly leave, is it? 2, 4, 7, 3, 10 right. Scott 4 in that first ball. Good second ball. Oh, he clobbered the 10 for a great spare. Can Matt pull off the unthinkable? No. Left to right, the 2, the 3, and the 10. Good luck with this one. Matt grabs 2, not bad for a 9. Quick update in the scoreboard from Greg.
We got 171 to 149. And if you want recaps week by week, obviously we do our best to dictate the standings on our broadcasts here, but also check out our friends at Alley Chat, that's ALLEY chat.net, where Kyle Bruce does weekly audio recaps and weekly postings of the spreadsheet. So you can check that out at alleychat.net. We are Candlepin Bowling Network. They're just good friends of ours.
Daley, 2 marks in a row to start. Wobbling 8 drop. The wood pushes down, but not the 5. Won't go. 3 to the right.
Fournier gets that 5-pin to trip out late.
2 spare 8s, 36 through 2. Troy drops 9. Daley for 3 in a row. Bang! 46 in the ball through 3. Usually leads on. He's bowling 4th tonight. Troy, spare. And Central 1 showing some life. After a dismal start, starting to heat up. They're down right now 30, with 4 marks to 2 against them as well. Lots of time left.
Hey, big favor if you don't mind, please like the video so people know we're live. We got the late start. good to see you all here. Please hit that thumbs up button if you're logged into YouTube or Facebook, mind you, so that other people can tune in as well.
Daley 6 in the spare, 52 through 3. Troy 2 perfect, spread eagle on the spare 4. Brutal. Couple of marks for him, 34 through 3. Make it 1 mark for now. 2 10s a spare 4. Daley for another one. Oh, what a try that was. 9 of the 10, denied 4 in a row. Troy just missed right. 3 right, 2 4 7 left. Daley, nice shot for a 9. 61 through 4. Troy a 9. 43 through 4 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Let's pause 4.2 seconds for quick station identification from Greg.
This is Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube, and that's my quota.
Still have a second left.
Cool.
All right, back to live action. Anchor time, Deanie Harris to check mark left. Here's the tornado, Tim Douglas. Beautiful ball. It's a setback leave. Through a 6:54 stunning performance against Sean Taylor down the very last ball in a back and forth match. Watch it later on tonight. I think it's already up by Nico Puhar on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. A must-see match. One of the best matches you ever see. Certainly this past season. Harris odds a pin for a 9 after his fill. Up to 40 through 3. Douglas an 8 on the field goal. 26 through 3.
Well, some of our newer viewers will see the cruelty of having a ball go right down the middle and only taking out a few pins. Tim Douglas did that in extraordinary fashion recently. He went right down the middle and plucked out the 1-5, and not only that, one of the 2 pins stood back up, which by rule is actually a down pin, mind you.
So the standing pin was actually deadwood. So it was walking in its sleep, basically.
But it's that old chestnut. Can you hit the head pin and only take the head pin?
That's a strike. That's more like the tornado.
Of course, that's the more preferable alternative as Harris misses this one.
That's a rare shot for him to miss.
Recent Pro Series champion and now top of the table ahead of his teammate Josh Daley.
But 36 plus 2 through 4 on the strike. Harris wasn't there for a 9. Every 2 boxes completed, we go to update from Greg Gouillart.
Sounds good to me. I'll do this here, and yeah. That seems like a good look at the 5 scores. You see it here. Remember to follow along with the yellow smudges between total and game. 38 pins up for Central 3 in the early going. They are up 9 marks to 4 right now. Josh Daley's spare 8, 2 spare 8s and a spare 6 to lead his team at the current moment. Marks are coming from everywhere except Stephen Botte in this very early stage for Central 1, so they've got firepower in the tank as well.
The addition of Matt Buffalo Nichols and Tornado Tim Douglas helped the team a lot this year.
Yep, still Peter Penney's team, one of the 3 Central teams. The other one, Central 2, captained by Rich Lamoni. They're in action against Academy 2 over yonder on lane 19 and 20.
Stephen Botte, 2-8 half whisk left. Not going to be easy. He's got Wood behind now, maybe to help. The Terminator, Charles Collins, clip wing eagle. Spread eagle minus a corner pin. That's on a spare of 5. 40 through 4 at the minimum. Botte on the board, spare. He must have heard you, Greg.
And there we go. Everyone has one.
Collins, good bid. Can't get the 10 to fall. He's got the 2-4 on the left. First of 3 strings this week, 27-35, the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube.
Reminds me of a card game I like. I have to pronounce it carefully. Flux, it's called. Everybody gets one. Great card game.
I'm out of touch. I'm like Hall Notes. Out of touch. I like this song, Out of Touch. Out of touch. I can't hit the notes too high. I love that song, though.
Well, it's a pleasure to be your partner, Paul. Hopefully we build a more resilient partnership than Daryl and John. They never want...
Well, I won't try to take your money. What money?
No
what
can
money?
do.
I can't go for that. She's gone.
Finally, we're on the same orbit of song
Setback,
references.
spare.
Yeah.
Wood helped. Back-to-back for Botte.
That's not bad for Botte at all. 2 spares in a row. And the wood was, instead of being frozen to the right channel, in front of the 5 and 6, and that's why it went.
Collins just missed 1, 2, and the 4. Not by much. Central 1 making a run. And not on Duncan. That's a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. We had 2 of those tonight for a 10. 59 through 6 in the first of 3 strings. 2 points to win for a string, 1 for a tie, 2 for total. The players are on Candlepin Bowling Network from Riverwalk Lanes, Amesbury, Mass. We are going to be struggling for space down there, Greg, with 8 lanes, 4 rigs. It's going to be tough to do all 4 matches. You have to only do 2 of them possibly. We'll see.
Hey, we fit in there for Candlepins for Cancer. We'll find a way, even though it'll be more hustle and bustle.
Penney with 3. Norcross with 7. He's got the 6, 9, 7 right to left. A plank to help maybe. Botte, good second ball. 5, 7, 10. My goodness. Norcross. Oh, what a try. Nick a 10. Charles. Charlie.
Got that?
Yeah, we'll get to Charles Collins in a little bit when he's ready to talk. He's got a big fundraiser event coming up for his father. Peter Penney, diamond right. Norcross to the bundle of 5. The bucket shot. They call him North in Canada.
Hello, Canada. Good to see you.
Peter off the wall, just missed the 4. A lot of times that sleeper pin stays up. That time, that fell down. The 4 did not. Norcross wobbling 9. Come on down. Won't go. Penney right on for a 10. Central 3 has the lead. The top seed leads the 4 seed. Nick dunks it for a 10 somehow. 63 through 6. Peter 51 through 6.
So 35 pins up for Central 3 right now. Central 1 does have the extra mark there. Spare fills for Central 1 are 7, 3, 5, and 4. You want it to be about 6.5, so hopefully they can pick up on that as the match goes on.
I thought it was 8, 6, 7, 5, 3, 0, 9.
Oh, I got that number.
Is it on the wall? Twister time in Buffalo time.
Which I think refers to a bathroom stall as it happens, or cubicle if you're abroad.
Scott in parallel time. Nichols, 2 full, got the 1 and 8. Scott in relief tonight for Waters World. Justin Waters. Hope you're feeling better, Justin. Scott too far away. Missed everything.
Longtime viewers may recognize Scott Douglas as formerly on Central 2 and still and also Team Hatchet Men. You see the shirt he's wearing there.
Rich Lamoni's team. It's not Lamone, it's Lamoni officially. Nichols, Nate. Douglas spins 3 for a 9. Executive producer is Bob Lee. Good to hear his wife, Emily, survived that scare last Friday night.
Good.
Hopefully she's recovering well. Nichols, 9, 10, strike, Buffalo! That's his chin when he gets a strike. Meanwhile, Scott, 3-3 split, brutal.
I want to say hi to everyone in chat out there. Stephen, Nico, Puhar, of course. Wendy, Pam, James, Wayne, Sean, Brent.
Is that Brent Behringer from Halifax?
Not in this case, I don't think. Hello, Greg. I hope I didn't miss anyone. And I think that's everyone. Please say something if I missed your name.
Something.
Paul.
Kevin. 7 for Scott. We're not home alone tonight. We're at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. You're watching week 27 of 35, the Friday Night Pro League game of the week. Every Friday night during the regular 35-week season, plus the playoffs. Thrilled to be here with the great guy and Greg Gouillart.
Yeah, the teams are home together here. I'm sure they would represent 12 different centers if they could, but 3 out of Central, 3 out of Academy, and sneakily 2 out of Riverwalk. Just the other team calls themselves Lafayette.
Troy 2 full there. If the season ends today and everything holds to form in the first round of the playoffs, this would be a semifinal match. 1 versus 4. Josh 1 to 10.
Playoffs were held here at Central Park Lanes, where Central 3, the number 1 seed, won it all.
Troy gets a 10 on lane 16. Daley a 9.
38 pins, but minus 3 marks. Keep an eye on that. Central 1 is gaining ground steadily and steadily. Nichols and Douglas, of course, sitting on strikes. That's a big help. And Stephen Botte with back-to-back marks.
Troy, left side, too. A sport for any age. Get the word out about this great game of Candlepin bowling. Anybody can bowl at any age. Nothing like the great game of Candlepin bowling. Quiet all of a sudden. Daley on lane 15. Strong start. Buries 8, 9, 10 maybe. Yes! Strike! Took a moment to develop. Troy in trouble here on lane 16. Check mark on the 4-7. Daley's first strike of the match. Troy grabs 3 for a 7. Central 3 pulling away early on, up 42. Down 3 marks to 1 for Central 3. Each side with a strike. Central 1 with 2 extra spares. Still in it for 2 points. Michael Izzo, good to see you as always. Wayne Penney from Michigan. How about that? Always good to see you. Tim Douglas, 9. Almost a double strike. Danny Harris crossing over, diamond right.
When we saw Tim Douglas go off recently, he was just 9-drop after 9-drop after 9-drop.
Douglas, big 20, spare on strike. We have 1 Buffalo chant already from Matt Nichols. And Harris gets to go for a spare.
His third.
59 the ball at the half. Douglas, 56 the ball through 5.
Wayne also asks, is there a date set for the Friday Night Pro League playoffs?
Yes. May 17th.
May 17th, which is not a Friday.
I was going to get to that just a minute, Wayne. You beat me to it. It's a Saturday, actually. It's a Saturday, the 17th. Douglas 6 in the fill. Harris's fill is 4. The Battle of Sexes, Bob Allard at Bolorama in Portsmouth. The coverage on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network is the day after, Sunday, May 18th at 10 a.m. Yeah, it's another spare. Harris, couldn't get to the 7. And Douglas picking up where he left off earlier today at Webster Timberlane's, Abington, Mass., home of the chocolate chip cookie pizza at Lucy's Pizza Bar.
Paul, we should do a score check after this, I suppose, but
Harris at 10.
And I'll do a score update for you folks here. So scores are technically unofficial, but here's what we have here. 337 to 308. 308 is confirmed for Central 1. And we've got that confirmed as well. So 3 marks to 1 right now. Daley on a strike, Nichols on a strike, and Botte and Tim Douglas both on spares. So, in fact, this 29 pin is probably half that. Again, I mentioned Central 1 could use some more pins on these spare fills, but if they start dumping 10s on them instead, the trajectory could change. Another thing I gleaned from that Kyle Bruce recap, 5 of the 6 matches last week were 8-0 decisions, all 3 strings and total. Central 3 and Exeter, both of them were 8-0 and thus 1 and 2 holds.
Good question for Kyle Bruce. Kyle, if you know the answer, has any match ever had 6 8-0 sweeps ever? That'd be interesting. Botte, hot of late.
Maybe there's something else. Alley Chat has more files. They used to do these Friday Night Pro League recaps years ago, and it's a restart of a great feature.
Oh, what a shot for a spare for Collins, the Terminator. Botte 7 the Phil. He's got the 2 points for the horseshoe, Lena. Give him 9, Phil. Great try there. Won't go.
If only that were up to us.
Botte at 10. 82 through 7. Collins. Instant replay. Greg's favorite toy.
You betcha. Wish you'd used it more. That went pretty much instantaneously into the 1-2. And then Wood presumably hits off the 4 into the 8.
Collins rifles the pocket. Strike! Bombs away, baby! On spare. 79 through 7. 89 plus 2 through 8. Here comes the Terminator.
And Botte's got a strange one here with the 5-7-8. Usually has to do with the entry angle into the pocket. Harsh when it happens. He got his head pin.
Gotta go outside that 5 in the right. 5-8-7, right to left, lane 15, East Boston, Mass. Central Park lanes, Chucky's house. And good effort again. Almost made 2 of those back to back. Greg Gouillart will call the second string.
It can be done, but you have to glance the 5 pin on the outside and off the front of the 8 into the 7. For one way, anyway.
Steven with a PH, a 9. Quick update from Greg.
If you could drop to your knees in prayer, that tends to help matters. 367 to 334. 33 pins now truly for Central 3 is now Collins is the one dumping a 20 box on things and giving Central 3 a more solid lead.
3 of the 4 marks combined, 2 for each side. 3 of them are strikes. Nick Norcross, 63 through 6, right side, not bad, 7, 1, 2, the 8, hiding behind the 2. Here's Peter Penney, 51 through 6, looking for a mark. The 3 pins in the middle, 3, 5, 9, wiggling behind the 3. Norcross, nice shot. Oh, just missed the 8. 2 close calls. Penney trying to pick it off, 2 full, 5, 7, 10. No wood, no luck. The Matt Susie special. Nick at 10.
4 straight 10s now for Norcross.
That's what you got to do. You're not marking.
Gains half a mark right there.
Penny has 7. The Matt Susie special. Matt Susie, lead lanes, made that shot 3 seasons ago in the Sunday Pro League on a spare or a spare. So I call it the Matt Susie special. He also won the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Championship that year also. Class A, Justin Waters in a thriller. Triple striker, 161 string, that 4th.
Ooh.
It's on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Dr. Seuss, both the Central, Academy 1, Justin Scally, their captain.
Penney just went right down Saratoga Street on that one. That's 3 out, I think.
You got a place to park, though. Park and head pin. Now the 10, brutal. 2, 4, and the 9 for Norcross.
That's poetic, too. You really do have to go out of your way to find a space in East Boston. But I like the condensed zoning, not going to lie.
9 for Nick. 82 through 8. Penney tickles the object for a tough. Well, another one falls, so it's a 6.
He won't hit the button until he's absolutely sure that's all done. But now I think he'll take his medicine on that one.
That's the advantage of non-automatic machines. Manual setting can take an hour to fall down. They can wait for it.
And even in cases where they've instituted the automatic technology, Cubica has done increasingly at a number of houses, you can still disable the feature and have bowlers press the button to reset.
Scott Douglas, twister time 3.
Unlike a 10-pin, you only need one mode of pin setting. You don't have to have a separate sweep and rack.
Buffalo Nichols on a strike 3, right down the heart of the Lion, 9 behind the 3. Douglas, great shot, spared. That's a dandy. 72 in the ball through 7. Scott on fire lately.
That's a few out of Scotty now. I wasn't sure if he'd have a place to substitute until today.
Yeah, his best season last year, averaging 118.
Teams have a roster of 5 or 6 men, but they can substitute off anyone not on one of those rosters from the greater bowling community.
That's 6 in the strike, 66 through 6, 9 in the box, 75 through 7 on Candlepin Bowling Network.
And this is satisfying, just another one of those leaves where you just have to get in the pocket you missed the first time around. That's still available for Scott, and you see it just goes as one.
Douglas, beautiful ball, 8, 6 right, 9 left. Nichols powers the pocket, steals 8, the 4 leans backwards in the 2. Does a belly flop, 6-10 opportunity. Take it while you can. That wood isn't easy as it looks. Scott wait for that wood to stop by ICBA rules, International Candlepin Bowling Association.
Which may be a little frustrating considering the wood is likely immaterial.
Missed the 6, got the 9. Nichols got it to go off the wall, spare, I'll take it.
You were right, Paul. The wood wasn't totally convincing there, but Nichols got it all the same.
Douglas at 10. Matt, 85 in the ball through 8. Scott, 90 through 8. 2 marks for each side. 2 strikes for Central 3. 2 spares for Central 1. And a 42-pin lead for Josh Daley, who's on the right. The captain for the defending champions and number 1 seed.
It's always nerve-wracking when you have to rely on the wall shot, but it is very much commonplace in Candlepin. So play those ricochets when you can. It's another one of the reasons why the powerful bowlers like, say, these guys are so good.
Daley slams 9, 10 strike, spun it down.
And that's a double strike, baby.
The Daley double. 100 plus bonus balls in the 7th, and Greg Gouillart says, wow. No copyright infringements. And look at that shot for Fournier. That's a wow spare. 70 the ball through 7.
Sorry, Troy, that's a good shot. I just can only buffer one thing here. And we see here, this is where speed kills on this. Daley gets in there, and wildly off the wall, and you see the wood does a lot of work in taking out both the 5 and the 7. And now a critical shot.
For a triple 9. Wow. That 5 stood firm. 29, the first double strike box.
I don't think Daley got quite in his pocket. He may hit the 1-3 instead of the 1-2 on this one, leaving the 5.
For a spare and double strike. He got it. Spare and double strike. Troy 6 in the fill, punching out 2 there. 1-5, 6-10 right. Daley 119 through 7, 129 the ball in the 8th. The power of the double strike. And Troy a tough 6. 81 through 8 and Central 3 pulling away. The lead is ballooned to 71, just like that.
Yep, it's 80 through 6 because I thought that was a 7, but I assume
80
there was
through 6, okay?
There was a sleeper pin back there?
80 through 8, I think so. Actually, hold on a second. Yeah, there was.
Sounds good. Danny Harris and Tim Douglas. A little worried Troy might have rushed that shot there at the end. Harris a 3-1 split. Douglas will drop 8 on the spare. Thanks, Paul.
80 through 6. Had a slow start, 3 marks in a row. He's 0 for 3. Central 1 started slow with only their first mark. Took 13 boxes, 14 boxes to get their first mark, actually. Douglas missed that chance for 4 in a row. Harris staring at the 7 and doinks it for a 9. Douglas, field goal for an 8. The anchor ball is up here in the 6 box, first string, 3-string format. 64 is the lead for Central 3. They got an extra hit, 1 strike, 1 spare to 1 spare for Central 1. Harris back in the pocket, 8, 6 right, 9 left. Not easy leave, looks simple. Crossing over, Douglas has the 5, goes down, it's the 7-10. Now Danny Harris on 16, missed again. That angle 2-pinner, it's not easy, Greg, to make.
Especially when it's not your pocket. Harris, I think, goes right to left, but I'm not 100% sure. Good to see you, Michelle. Is there a Justin in your life by any chance? The surname is why I ask. Just checking.
Douglas rolling slowly to the 7, holds up.
If so, a particularly great pleasure to see you, but very happy to have you.
Almost pulled it off for a credible spare. Harris a 9, 91 through 8. Douglas, nothing doing there. Wood got in the way for a 9, 97 through 8 on Candlepin Bowling Network. Something for everyone of us, 1,770 videos and climbing over 4,200 subscribers. Please subscribe free to Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. Please tell your friends and family also. Top of the order, Greg.
64 pins up for Central 3, the power of the Daley double. And to quote a certain Alfred Johnson in chat, Daley is just too good. And routinely one of the highest averages. Right now, I believe Justin Waters, who's on the illness list right now, has actually passed Danny Harris for highest road average. You remember Danny Harris was in the 130s for the longest time, but it's basically just what flavor of good are you going to get out of Central 3 at this point, even though Team Exeter out of Exeter Lanes in New Hampshire are only 1 point back in the standings.
Greg, I think we need a helicopter next week to pick you up because we have Central 3 at Exeter, 1 versus 2 next Friday night, 7:30 live. Exeter Lanes. And Botte strike. Collins, he's on a strike, 6, 3, 6 right, 4, 7 left. Next week, 1 versus 2. 1 point separate them coming in. Collins, good try. Each had an 8-0 sweep against each other this year, of all things.
So 8 is 97, then
Collins a 9.
106 through 9.
Botte 101 plus 2 9th.
Not on me, no.
Botte on a strike. We're not double it up like Josh did earlier. 7, 2 middle, 4 left, 5 right. Trying to get it closer. Collins, pocket shot, diamond left. Late in the first. Botte off the wall, no. Thought he had it, 4 left, 5 right. 8 in the strike, 109 through 9. Central 3 going to get the first 2 points unless Central 1 can get out of the miracle zone. Strike out pretty much. Central 3 a tough out, but Central 1 holding their own this year. They're a force to be reckoned with. Revamped lineup this year with Tim Douglas and Matt Nichols. Waiting for delay. Greg, let's get the mark situation there, or the standings actually, if you can, if you have that for the viewers.
So only 4 extra spares as I try to pull the standings as well right here. And pinning is helping. Pinning is in favor of Central 3 right now. They've left 28 pins standing on the deck as opposed to 43 pins standing for Central 1 at the moment. So really, 4 spares difference. But you consider 15 pins from the pinning, and then just the overall bonus quality as well. And of course, Daley's double strike really makes a score ramp in a hurry, and that's why Central 3 is just finding all sorts of way to build advantages, as they're so liable to do.
Collins up the wall, knocked it down, spare. 116 to the ball in the 10th. Not an easy shot. Botte 9. 118 opening string for Central 1. Collins wrapping his first, trying to get to 126. Buries the pocket, 8. Nice finish, 124 for the Terminator. Charles, or Charlie Collins. He likes to be called Charles. He said Charlie's okay too, Paul. Charles, a more distinguished gentleman name. Sir Charles. 8 boxes left in the first. Greg has the second string.
And this is pretty much a quintessential pro string out of Collins. 1 strike, 3 spares, and 7 pins left standing in the other 6.
Center 1, 4-4-4, 44, 44, 44, 5-1-6, 5-16 for Central 3. A rout in the first. Close early on. They got to a sluggish start. Too much Central 3. Norcross, the 2-1 split. Good effort. Leads up to 4. Peter trying to get 2 here. Gets 1 for an 8. Just 72 through 9. Norcross a 9. 91 through 9. 1 spare for each side. 7 boxes to go. 2 strings after this.
So you can see the effect of pinning here as well. Norcross, who only has 1, actually both Norcross and Penney have 1 spare each. Despite that, Norcross has a 19 pin advantage. So really it's the pinning, 8-21 left standing, that makes the difference here.
Peter 1-2-4, the 8 behind the 2. Nick just 4 down. He gets it for a spare. Needed that one. Trying to get it closer in total. On the board finally, 82 in the ball. Norcross, good try. All but the 10. Not bad. Nick cleans up for a 10, 101, first string. Peter trying to salvage his first with a strike on spare. Penney, right side, just 5 and a tough 87, first string. Central through of the first 2 points, lead is 68. 1 spare for each side. At _Charles1_ on TikTok.
Brother Charles.
Nichols only 4. Scott Douglas 7, 2-4-7 opportunity. Nichols Phil just 4.
89 through 8.
He's up number 1. Scotty right side, missed everything. Nichols 9, 98, 98 through 9. Center 1 goes down the drain the first 2 points. Pulled out of Hingham this past week to get the 4th from 5th. Scott Oreo cookie time, got the cream in the middle, left the wafers on the outside. Hey Greg, have you tried the new Oreo Cakesters? Soft cookie, they're really good.
I hope my advertising to consumption ratio, I hope I see it more than I eat it, honestly. Not a fan, no. If you want to change my mind, sponsor us. Candlepin Bowling
I
Network.
actually bought one. I got the Sky, but I got an Oreo Cakester for you. It's kind of like a soft cookie. It's not hard. Kind of like in between a whippy pie and a cake, mini cake.
I have firm values as a human being, but Nabisco, you can buy my loyalty. Please advise.
Nichols 4 down, 6 to go. Beautiful shot. Oh, too bad. The 8 wiggles, wobbles, stays up. 4-7, 5-10. For the twister, Scott Douglas. What a shot. He got it down. Spare. And Greg, want to see this instant replay. Look at this one.
Yeah, you saw me hit that button there. A very interesting way Douglas played this one. See if we can sneak this in before he shoots in the 10th. Bonus.
At 9,
and he plays essentially at the, it's the cap of the wood. That's why he got that crazy lateral deflection to take out both the 5 and the 10.
Can we show it again?
I could.
Scott plucks out 2 on the fill. 110 opening string. I want to see it again.
Yeah, let's. He'll prefer we replay that shot. That's for sure.
He doesn't mind.
But yeah, cap. It's the cap. That's the key. Very precise shot necessary.
Center one rolling here. First 2 points. Holds on the number 1. Pending extra tonight. Extra 1 behind at Riverwalk. The 9th seed. Troy, beautiful ball. 8, 5 middle, 8 to the left.
1 second.
Daley, right side, 3-9, half wrist to right. That's on a spare, I believe, after double strike.
Yep, that's right.
Troy missed everything.
I was getting the standings in place. That's what I was up to.
That's right. 131-3 for Daley. Nothing wrong with that. Good effort there. 2 in the 10. Troy, a Paul Grant special. Missed the second, make the third. A 10, 90-9. Daley, nice 10. How about that's a pretty 10? 10s don't get enough, love. But you should get excited about a shot like that. It was a spare. You go crazy.
Well, it's all in the incentives, but 10's only worth 10. That's part of it.
141-9. Just another day at the office for Daley. Troy splitting 2 and 2. Greg standing by for the call of the second string. Daley back in the head pin, set back lead. Corey Smith, where are you in Canada? Come up with the nickname. Troy out of Buttwalls and Concord, home of the Mixed Worlds, June 27th, June 28th, June 29th. We'll have the coverage on YouTube and on Facebook on Candlepin Bowling Network coming this summer. And the home of the Mixed Worlds, Moncton, New Brunswick, Canada in November.
That's a setback leave.
Good try. Ball bounces away from the 5. Trying to get to 151. Troy a 9. Disappointing 99 first string.
Setback, not a common leave name, but we pilfered it from Corey Smith. Thanks.
Daley a 10. How about a 151 first string? Scheduled to bowl out first tonight with Justin Watt sick tonight. Hope you're doing well, Justin. He comes up in the cleanup spot. A baseball term, the 4th spot, 151.
There's our standings you see there. That's going into this string today. Central 1 is a big basket of difference. Central 1 and Exeter locked within 1 point. And then in the 50s, back Central 1 and Hingham. Academy 2 hanging in there at 16, but with, 9 weeks to go, only the teams 1 through 6 can possibly catch. This is an incredible shot by Tim, and he almost got that 6.
That would have gone earlier today in the Atlantic Candlepin Singles Tour Class A Southern Conference match in Abington.
Used up all the mojo, I suppose.
10. 107 through 9. Harris, a 9. 100 through 9. Final box of the first. Central 3 rather, up 68.
I love a score check here when you get a chance. Hey, folks, keep liking that video by hitting that thumbs up button you see there. If you're logged into the platform of choice, Facebook or YouTube, just hit that thumbs up button. Helps us out, helps the bowlers out, and helps us get the word out about this great game of bowling.
Harris 2 in that one.
Hello, Stevie from California. Good to see you. Where are you all watching from? Don't post your mailing address in the comments, but do let us know when you get a chance.
Try for Harris, won't go. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope.
Don
to
Gillis
Network.
would read mailing addresses out on the air. I noticed that.
Douglas 9 ends up with a 116 first string. Harris a 10, 110 first string. The update in the second string call from Greg Gouillart.
Here it is. So Central 3 gets the first 2 points as we go into string 2 of 3. And a couple notables here. Daley with that double strike, the highest score, of course, 151. Also, Josh only left 2 pins standing. Harris only 5 left standing. So pins left standing was a difference here, but that only accounts for 18 of that 69 pin difference Central 3 has. Almost surprisingly, they didn't go 600 with how well they were shooting overall. But 18 marks to 13, really effective 19 marks to 13 if you count that double strike. I one time confused Danny's brother Chris by saying, why would you double count the double strike? 2 strikes really counts as 3 the way with how powerful it is on the score sheet. That's all.
Second of 3 underway. Here's the call by Greg Gouillart.
Thanks very much. I guess we'll get the look at the standings here. This is Charlie Collins you see here. He starts off with a walloper and a strike. No rest for the weary. We're off to the races. Stephen Botte just 8 out on this first ball.
Well, we are on Saratoga Street, right? Saratoga, the horse
betcha.
race.
Ah.
Boom, 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 boom.
5 and 9 stares back for ball number 3. A missed opportunity there. Get the scoreboard up in just a moment. And Stephen takes a 10 in the first box. Middle string of 3. No intermissions in this country here. This is Candlepin Bowling, played in northern New England and eastern Canada, northeast North America, if you want to put it another way. Maybe other places in the future. Either way, a wonderful international sport for about a century now. Botte's got this one. The 6-pin fell forwards, and he's got a strike of his own. There's our scoreboard. You see it nice and clear, except for Collins is still filling the strike. He's got 9 and 19 through 1. Strike is 10 plus the next 2 balls. Simple as that. Spare is 10 plus the next ball.
Charles on TikTok at _Charles1_. It's at _Charles1_. 10:29 through 2. Candlepin for Cancer, Buttwell's Rolls continues this Sunday, March 16, 2025 at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. We're adding extra shifts Saturday, March 22nd, 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. And then the final 4 rounds, Saturday, 29th of March, 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. and Sunday, March 30th, 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Temporary website, candlepinnetwork.com, candlepinnetwork.com. To register, walk-ins are allowed. Top 5 live show May 3rd, also at Buttwell's Bowling Center, Concord, New Hampshire. Greg.
2-pinner here, the 3 and 6 for Nick Norcross. And just a 6-pin only. What's coming off the plate edge, and it falls. And Penney matches with a mark of his own, opening spares each.
Nick will take the gift.
A wild one here. But that's what happens. There's an elevated plate edge which wood can roll up on top of, and then the wood just comes rolling right on back.
That's a stiff upper lip spare.
That's a, excuse me, spare, I suppose. Skinny mini on the head pin. Unfortunately, that's going to go for 4 for Nick. Captain Peter Penney got on his head pin here, triangle number 3, the 3, 5, and 6. He's got 17 through 1. So,
Wow, what a shot that was.
got the bundle of 5 on the right side. Now Penney's try. Ooh, just thin on it himself. So Norcross thin on the first ball, Penney thin on the second ball. The ball weighs less than the pin. It is so liable to deflect away if you're not just right.
Pins at 2 pounds, 8 ounces. Bowling balls, 2 pounds, 4 ounces to 2 pounds, 7 ounces. Most pros usually 2.6, 2.7. Some occasions 2.5, 2.5.5, different variations.
And if you ever hear someone say, my 2.7 pounds, it's not a decimal, it's 2 pounds, 7 ounces.
Yeah, semantics.
You could say, you could use a comma instead, but then you'd confuse all the Europeans out there. You can't win. Norcross, Nichols, I beg your pardon, Matt Nichols, crossovers leave that, I suppose, and he's got the 5.710.
It's all about the metrics, huh?
Well, we're getting some more Fahrenheit or Celsius as Scott Douglas picks this one up. And they're flashing diamond signs or whatever that is over on Central 3 side.
Pick your favorite pin here, Matt.
So tough, 1 and 4. Maybe I've misunderstood that symbol, but that's another matter. And 8.
We'll talk to Charles Collins after his next 2-box bowl. We're going to talk about his fundraiser for his father and about his TikTok page. That'll be coming up after his second round here in the second string.
That'll be a great, he'll tell you more about it, of course, but that's a fundraiser taking place at Ryan Family Amusements in Millis in the coming days. That 5-7-10 reminds me you were talking about the Susie special and Lita Lanes. Bit of sad news for Lita Lanes as Scott drops 9 and Nichols drops 10.
Buffalo! Number 2.
2 strikes and 2 spares.
That's an honor of Matt, nickname Buffalo.
And the spare goes for Scott Douglas as we take another look at this. What's going to roll into the 5, easy as you like. You see the 2 arms swinging almost to indicate a strike for Nichols. Unfortunately, Lita Lanes looks like it is not going to keep its location at the current moment. You can go to Lita Lanes Facebook and they write a very kind letter to the bowlers in the bowling community on what exactly occurred here. But point being, they are not at all convinced this is the end of the line for them for the Nashua, New Hampshire Center, but it'll be likely the near end of them in Nashua, New Hampshire, unless something quite extraordinary happens. But Easter Classic is still on for April 20th.
Yes.
Sold out in the blink of an eye, an hour and a half's time.
I talked to you on a Sean. Oh, look at that for Daley.
5-7-10, the wood collects it all. Fournier can't quite get into the 5-pin, and he misses his just. Easter Classic, an annual 20-string competition that takes place at Lita Lanes. I could still say present tense, absolutely. And I still do need to technically get confirmation whether I'll be able to make Easter, but I intend to, and I'll just have to make sure of that. But goodness knows I'm going to make extra effort to make it there because it's been a pleasure to cover it these past few years. And hopefully the 20-string mantle gets taken up by some other center in the future. Daley crushes 9. Fournier crushes his head pin, but unfortunately has 4 to show for it. Spread eagle. Johnson's try. He's got this one with the wood. 19 and another. 29 through 2.
Greg, I have a confession to make. I left your Oreo cake stir in the car. So I can go out and get it now while you're calling if you like.
Son of a gun, Paul. You actually did it? Well, you could. I thank you if you can.
Sure. All right. I'll be back. It's all yours.
Back-to-back 9s for Fournier. I'll cut the mic there so we don't rustle the eardrums over there. Good to see you all out there. Good to see you. What do we got? Emma and Other Generations. Good to see you. Hi, Cheryl from Pennsylvania. Good to see you. And Danny Harris has a strike. Late falling pin. It went. Sorry, Paul got my attention at the worst possible moment there. Timmy has his 1, 3, and 6. Mr. Headpin single. Look at this wood. Carry him this way and that. Man. Well, sidewall deflections don't take everything, do they? Tim takes 10. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Ben from Key Largo. Ralph from Moncton. Harris is 8 pins down on his first ball here. Nancy, Jim, Michael, Cheryl, Donnie, Bill, Chuck. Mentioned them, I believe. And Sally. Harris can't quite get over to the left side of the pin. Well, he does, but not enough to send it. Douglas, the 5, 7, 8, and 10. Couldn't do much with it. Harris 10, Douglas 8, and we take our first look at the scores. Unofficially 140 to 100. I'll score check after the first 4 boxes. You're watching Candlepin Bowling Network. That's our logo top right, formerly Spread Eagle Productions. That's why we have that logo. 140 to 100. Remember, stay tuned tomorrow as well for day-long coverage of the Pro Series, the last stop from Webster Timber Lanes in Abington, Massachusetts. And then it'll be the playoffs after that at Exeter Lanes. Same extra lanes that currently holds number 2 in the Friday Night Pro League. Of course, there's a lot of overlap within the houses. So Central Park Lanes, for example, has a lot of overlap with the Academy Lanes Men's Worlds Team, a.k.a. the International Candlepin Championship. Bondi's got 3 out on this one. On his strike. Collins, look at that pin go end over end. It's taken out the 2-pin. Goodness. Bondi nicely in there. I think he left the 610 short the way it worked out. Collins is getting a look back at his captain, Josh, to see how he wants to play this one. What's quite diagonal. More flat than diagonal, I would say. Goodness. He wanted a piece of that wood. Bondi's got 8 fill and a 10 box. And now Collins stayed behind the line just as his footwork almost betrayed him. But it's actually a perfect third ball in the end. Mark asks, what are the pins made of? Very good question. You hear me say wood. He's playing the wood, a live wood, the dead wood. They're hardened plastic. They used to be wood, and they made a distinct sound like when the pins were hit. But now, obviously, it's the smack of plastic you're hearing. And the balls are rubber or urethane. No fancy ball technology, though. No asymmetrical ball cores like you'd find in 10-pin. None of that. Body's not on a strike. I'll take that away. Second ball leaves him with just the 1-8-9 for the third. Collins has a ridiculous split here. The 6, 7, and 10. He went left on this one. Lost his balance, I think, at the line. Consider one thing. Collins has been injured, actually, for about a month and a half. A leg issue, if I recall correctly. Now he's back in action as Body collects this nice 10 to stay pin perfect. So the balls you're seeing Collins throw right now are actually his first in as long. Doesn't seem like he's really lost a step. 124 in that first string. Guys are happy with scores 110s to 120s or so. And now Charles will go back and make sure his TikTok stream's off and running. Peter Penney's had a tough time with these pins so far, but now they're starting to work for him, although maybe not quite the ones he'd want. 7, 9, 10. Norcross, you could say the same. 3, 4, and 6. Greg Gouillart here on Candlepin Bowling Network. Red line only takes out 2 for Penney. Norcross, that would be a sweet slice. Unfortunately not. Penney 10. Sorry, Sorry, Greg, was I incorrect about that? I thought. Was it your leg or your hand that was hurt? I forget. Finger. It was finger. Greg Packard set me straight. Yeah. Greg, I just asked Charles right now. You're absolutely right. It was a finger injury, not a leg injury. My mistake. Either way, not anymore. And Justin Waters, great to see you. Yeah, I was wrong, absolutely. Justin will be back in a couple weeks' time, you mentioned earlier. Great to hear. Penney takes 10. And Norcross 8. So 28-pin advantage here. So everyone had a mark in that first box for Central 3. And that's why the advantage is what it is at the current moment. Just a volley of marks. You remember it was 4 marks and 2 pairs for Daley and Harris in the first string, although it was before we went live, with regret. We'll have that full recording momentarily. Matt Nichols on his strike starts off with 5. Scott Douglas has 2, 5, 8, and 10 on his spare. There's the 4-7. And he'll have an 8 fill on that one. Strike fills average about 8. Not a good crack at that. Nothing got over to the 10, so nothing went. It didn't go for the spare. Matt Nichols has 10. Scott Douglas has 10. And you see it there, 26 pins.
Got a confession, Greg. I actually went to my car, and I actually had the Oreo Cakester here the whole time, so I got some exercise in, got some fresh air. Here's your Oreo Cakesters, a 2-pack.
There we go. All right, we'll see if I get influenced by the newest Nabisco influencer, I suppose.
And I got the...
Ooh, that pin fell late for Scott. He's got the 4-pin only.
So I didn't get the Abington chocolate chip cookie pizza tail. I'll get one tomorrow at the Pro Series tomorrow.
Nichols had a good first ball. He's got the plank right in front of that 7-8, and that's gone for a spare. Now just a single for Douglas. There it is. 3 marks and 4 for Scott Douglas. Not bad for a substitute, huh? 55 in a ball. Again, that's not a virtue of his talent, which is perfectly good with the rest of them. Now Daley against Troy Fournier. Troy Fournier, of course, longtime bowler, but short-time league/competitive or short-time competitive bowler. Has been showing his mettle more and more, in the ACST included. Check mark right for Daley. He's got 6 on his. That single's easy as you like. And Troy, 28 in a ball. Daley around the 6-10 and misses it. So an opportunity now for Central 1 to turn the tide.
We got a special treat here at this box here, Greg.
Daley takes 9. Go ahead, Paul.
We got the Terminator, Charles Collins. Charles, how you doing?
Hello, Paul. Hello, Greg. How are you doing today?
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
How's your dad doing, first of all? And talk about the fundraiser on March 30th.
My dad's doing great. He's getting better each and every day. And my fundraiser, I'm doing a tournament for him on March 30th. We have shifts from 9 in the morning and 12 p.m. And then for non-bowlers, we have at 3 p.m. So I'll be there all day. This whole tournament is dedicated to him. It's a 9-pin tournament at Millis. And it should be a lot of fun.
Spot's still available too, right?
Yes, there is a couple spots still available. So if you want to sign up, you can shoot me a message on Facebook, and I'll get you signed up as soon as possible.
Real quick, what went into the decision-making of enticing non-bowlers with the discount? Was that just an idea that popped in your head? I think it's a good one.
It's just to, first off, spread the game, because a lot of people from Mass, I know from Mass a lot of people know it, but a lot of people don't know the game of Candlepin bowling, and just getting people that I know out there to it is like my goal, and also just get as many people as possible there as well.
Excellent.
So how do they get a hold of Danny Finn? I'm going to message you also. How do you want to do it?
Yeah, you can get a hold of me from my Facebook. It's first and last name, Charles Collins.
Talk about your TikTok page also.
Oh, yeah, I'm live on TikTok currently right now, at _Charles1_. And I stream all my matches from just practicing, Friday nights, any type of tournament. We do everything.
You back in the Atlantic Candlepin singles next season? You'll be back next year?
I will be back next year. Unfortunately, I had to back out due to an injury. This is actually my first week back, and I'm feeling really good, and I'm feeling really confident about how I'm bowling.
You didn't say that right. You said, I'll be back. You didn't say it like a Terminator says it. How's a Terminator say it?
I'll be back. That's
I'll
it.
be back.
No, that's it. All right, I got to go bowl, Paul.
All right, good luck, Charles Collins. Thank you. Charles Collins, fundraiser Millis, Ryans, for his father going through brain cancer treatments.
Tim Douglas playing silent but deadly with a strike there. What a great strike there.
Candlepin Cancer also sponsored his father also.
What a wonderful cause. And stories like it, many of them anonymous, of course, but how wonderful it is. Of course, Charlie's also taken part of one of the TV roll-offs as well. And now $77,000 given away to families. Plus, of course, for... Oh, good. I thought I'd lost my stream for a second there.
Yeah, 77,000 and climbing. Now is Alice Johnson's vision for the charity.
Yeah. And recently a New Hampshire business, I forget its exact name, donated $6,000.
That's the old Ocean Gaming Casino, charity-based casino. They give dates to charities. They are going to change it now, maybe 1 date a year instead of 2 dates a year because dozens and dozens can't get in for years. So they're going to change it, they told us. We only get 5 dates next year instead of 10. But every dollar helps. And a lot of money sponsors Candlepin bowling tournaments and families also.
Yeah. Take money out of casinos. Take 10 pins out on the plate. That's Charlie himself, dropping 10.
That's his 3rd strike of the match. He is a Terminator.
And a Terminator always protects his mother.
That's right. Lori, she's a nice lady, real fine lady.
Stephen Botte's had all his pins down through the first 4 here.
She's a class act, Lori Canny.
Yeah, often we'll go to the matches as well. There's so many to go for, or to go to when you're as good as these guys, but still, Botte still held the pins down, 58 at the half. Two strikes for Collins, 1 for Stephen. Botte.
I thought Charles had 3. Maybe I read it wrong. It's 2, right?
Collins has 3, yes.
Yeah,
sorry, 2 in this string and 1 in the last.
Okay. I'm right once in a while. Usually you get me beat in the math.
Yeah. This one's too thin on the head pin, though, so he'll get stuck with a 5-7, 9-10. Botte's got the 8 pin to fall, 4 horsemen. Collins, this is gone. Nice play on the wood, spare on strike. And goodness, I'm a little perplexed how that didn't go. That was a really close one. In fact, I'm going to replay a miss because I'm just that much in disbelief. Yes, that's down as well. $10 for Steven. Still all the pins down, on pace for a pin. Perfect. Thought we got on that 4 horsemen there. Oh, it was just a little too full on the 6 pin in the end. Tough one. Nick Norcross and Peter Penney.
Again? All right, I'm back.
Just real quick, Charles. Listen, you said you had a bowl, so you're going to have to do an interview from now on before you bowl. You got a strike and a spare.
I agree. I don't mind being back here and doing it, commentating. I'll do a box with you, Paul.
All right, sure.
Oh, hold on. We got the shot over here. Hold on.
You want to call it?
Hold
Sorry,
on.
Greg.
Nick shooting at the 4 horsemen. Is it go? Oh!
Paul, we may have to review our bias policy here, but that was a great shot running down the diagonal.
No, hold on. There's a story behind that shot. As you saw Steve Botte shoot it, it didn't go. He hit it perfectly. I don't know what is going on at Central Park Lanes, but it's like the curse of the 4 horsemen. You always leave the corner pins if you hit it correctly. Always. So I was very surprised how that went. I'm sorry for saying so loud, too. And then
I can relate to that.
Nah, we blow the audio out from time to time. You guys, nobody's gone deaf from watching Candlepin Bowling Network, right? I really hope so.
Well, maybe a few with me. I don't have audio monitors like you do and like volume controls.
Oh.
I do see the red light hitting, but that's on me. I'll get the audio mixing
I call
right.
it like I'm on your team.
What happened?
Of course.
I call it like I'm on your
Penny's
team.
close on this one. He's got it. Nice spare.
That wasn't loud enough, Greg.
You know who you should get on here as well? Matt Nichols. Matt Nichols, great guy. He should be on the mic as well.
We've done it before.
No, Matt is an awesome guy. He's really funny. Me and him are really close. That's why I say that.
All right. Well, we've got more video proof that the Horseman Plus goes sometimes.
It does. I'm surprised.
You can't talk this, Charles. You're ready to bowl your next 2 boxes. You have to get off the air now. Come back before you throw your next 2.
You want me to say the whole box?
You have to stay. You have to
I'll
stay.
Force field. Greg.
I can't imagine your brother Hunter is nearly this annoying.
No, I'm trying to get him back into bowling. We're slowly getting there.
All right, so tell the roomers now the difference in the age between you two.
I'm the youngest by, that's going.
23 seconds?
No.
23 minutes, rather.
About 23, 24 minutes,
Not
yeah.
seconds, minutes I meant to say, yeah.
Oh, Matt made the same shot. Nice shot.
It's going with some regularity at this point here.
Greg, go give me some of my boxes next string to make up for Charles taking his boxes away from you, okay?
I'm offended. We're all just.
Greg's like, you don't do it. We're doing yours.
I have another idea in mind. By the way, Scott Douglas also has all his pins knocked down through the first half. Some guy named Charlie has only left 1 standing so far.
Yeah, he's not good.
sorry, it's the most shameless
Oh,
jinx
Matt.
ever. Hey, that's a strike on spare for Nichols. Mr. Buffalo did it again.
Buffalo! I was looking, Matt. I was
The
getting
one
up,
time he doesn't look.
I was getting an update from extra lanes. They won by almost 100 pins over Riverwalk, so still one behind Central, 3 up to 1 string. That's 3 strikes for Buffalo. 3 Buffalo chants.
They're memorable, aren't they?
I didn't see it initially, so can I see the instant replay, please, since I was talking to Jonathan Woodrow about the update?
Honestly, I'm not sure which replay I have. I'm sorry.
Ooh.
Sorry, it wasn't fast enough.
Is this fast enough? Daley, one of the hardest throwers in the game, of course.
What a team you guys have. You guys are so, sorry, Greg, off this box.
2-pinner.
There we go.
Got it.
Shot, Josh.
3 marks and a half for Josh Daley. Troy Fournier off target. Wanted more of that 2-pin, even though I wonder if that would have taken everything.
I think he would have left the corner.
We'll see it now.
He had to play it high on it, yeah.
So if you go to Target superstores, you leave the place, you're off target, right?
Out, yeah.
Ooh. Charles, you're a funny guy. But you going to say something? Go ahead.
No, what were you saying before?
Nothing important.
Oh, okay.
Never do.
Oh, what a ball, Josh.
Daley drops 8.
How good this team is. You're so young. You won the title last year. You're number 1 this year. Dogfight with Exeter. How good this team could be good for years.
I love this team.
Academy too.
I love this team. It's very fun. I've known Josh, I grew up with Josh in the Woburn Kids League. So me and him have always been on teams together. But just everybody else, Danny's a great mentor. Justin's a great mentor. When I'm down, Danny's always there to help us. He's a very goofy guy. Same with Justin. Same with Leach and Norcross I grew up with as well. So I love this team, and I love what we do. We're all bowling really well, and we all pick each other up.
Early this year, you won 8-0. You guys looked like you were at a funeral. You're all somber. You all bowled bad, and you still took 8 points. And you guys looked like you were just upset.
When was this?
Early in the season.
Oh.
Here. And you guys have such high standards.
You should smile more.
I like smiling.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you.
Terminators don't smile on the lanes, right? You do your job. You're not.
That's why I'm different.
He's the kind of gentler Terminator. Like mother, like son.
Douglas just 7 on this one. Chance to go spare on strike if he runs down the 3-6-10. Just 3 of them this time, but he's missed it to the right.
So if I throw a strike on this fill, the next 2 boxes are coming back.
All right.
We know why.
Danny just the front pin on the high-low. Timmy's got a 10.
Talk is cheap, by the way, Charles.
But dollars to Candlepins for Cancer are forever. There you go, Paul. I did it for you.
Thanks.
I like it.
I wasn't
going to
say
good,
anything.
Greg.
I've paid a lot of people, donated a lot of money. All in good fun, of course.
Well, even $1 at a time adds up, as we've seen.
15 families up the lemon drop pool, 25 in the merchandise last 2.5 years, 40 families. They're not complaining about the checks they get from that.
And by lemon drop, we mean the 4-pin or the 6-pin out on the first ball.
Second pin left, second right. Charles ready to roll.
Yeah, get set, Charlie.
You can't get off the headset quite yet, Charles.
Oh, I can't take it.
You have to
off
hit the
yet.
reset button first.
He's at the reset button first. I already.
Real quick, though, before you go, talk about how you got started in bowling. Talk about some of your earlier years.
Please don't hit the button.
Okay. Well, next time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Next time.
Yeah.
Thanks, Charles.
10 for Timmy, 7 for Danny.
What a classy guy this guy is.
May I have your help with a score check, if you don't mind? I'm hoping you're going to say 364 to 338 as we see it here. So the lead has been pretty steady for Central 3 right now. I show it as 26 right now. Collins. What was that?
364, 343?
Central 1, I'll figure it out.
Central 3, 364.
Yep. All right, I'll have to confirm that. Sorry, folks. Looks like Central 1's on 343. I beg your pardon. Yeah. I wouldn't have taken the paper. I would have taken his phone photo next time. It's all good. Thank you, though. Just take the whole thing. I'll take a picture. All right, Collins on a spare fill here. Crushed strike. Guess what?
He's coming back. He's coming back. He's back for another interview.
Well, we extend the offer to both teams. Body spares the 1, 2, 4. Yeah, you got it.
He's like, give me some love. Strike trumps a spare.
And again, Steven's still got all his pins down, by the way.
4 strikes for the Terminator. Charles Collins here at Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. The Friday night Pro League Game of the Week is on Candlepin Bowling Network. 1 versus 2 next week. 7:30 live from Exeter Lanes, Shooter Sports Club, X, New Hampshire. Number 2 Exeter, number 1 Central 3 coming into tonight. Each won their first string. Greg.
All right, 5 out for Body on the first one. 4 horsemen in an outpost this time. Collins, whoops. Well, first ball is 6. I guess he's complaining about the grip somehow.
I thought it was the hand of
What?
Collins.
That's gone! Body runs it down, and now that's going to get a cheer.
Collins looked like the hand of Compatoffy in Dark Shadows. That power with his hand.
And he gets this one. He's got spare on strike.
A Compatoffy spare. Dark Shadows reference 1840 storyline. A great show in the 60s and 70s.
All right, he's taken 3 20s out of the ATM, and it's 118 through 8.
Well, you only get that reference. Watch Dark Shadows. And Charles is back.
I need it back. I need it back.
Charles, you got to stay here more often, I'm telling you.
Damn you, Charles. Damn you.
I'm sorry.
Stephen Botte, PG rated.
You can't get demonetized for saying that. We're fine.
He's talking about the Hoover Dam.
Oh, here's Matt Nichols. Matt, you want to get on here?
Charles, how do you do it, man? Right on cue.
Norcross
that
net
was.
drop.
I said it right before. That should be. Who do you have clip it? Nico. Nico, clip that. I said it right before.
You're like Babe Ruth pointing to center field for a home run back in the days.
Right when I released it, I knew it was
now
good.
you're holding your hand like you don't know Dark Shadows, the top show during the daytime, Gothic soap opera about vampires and witches. That you had that hand shaking like Compatoffy, the evil hand, a lot of power in that hand. What was wrong with your hand that time? The ball slip or
Oh yeah, I got too excited.
worked out pretty good for you though?
There we go.
It did.
Penney, look at this shot. He strikes. Third mark of this string, 89 through 8.
Just like put me on the microphone. No one can bump up
No,
the Terminator.
nobody can take my mic.
That's right.
This is mine for the
You
string.
can't mess with the Terminator.
Across the spare field fizzles with just 3 on this one. Back on it. But the 2-pin abandoned.
I'm so loosey-goosey with Greg. I always have a good time with Greg.
I'm chill too. Guys, I'm totally relaxed. It's fine. I'm fine. 10 bucks. 39 pins, minus 2 strikes. Central 3 with the lead.
All right, question earlier, Charles.
Yes.
As we get Buffalo time up here on a strike. Let's see if there's a double Buffalo chant here. He's got 3 strikes already, right, Greg? 3 Buffaloes? You got 4. You win the best 4 out of 7 series. He wins the best 5 out of 8 now.
Early days. Nichols on a double denied.
Didn't want the Buffalo chant.
Scotty grabs a piece of this one on the way through. Douglas is the 1, 5, and 9. Yes, there are 2 S's. Thank you for asking. Nichols has a spare, and he's got 4 straight.
Oh, so we're doing the same thing.
Well, it's 4 spares. 4 marks.
Yeah.
He's got 3 strikes.
He went spare, spare, strike, spare. You went strike, spare, Charlie.
Yeah, I went strike, spare, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You did that in the Candlepin against roll-off in Metro Bowl a few years ago. A strike, spare. You just strike, spare, strike, spare.
So I was actually, when I was like still injured, I was looking through my camera roll at all the videos, and that video came up, and I was watching it.
I picked it. Strike, spare, spare.
And then double strike.
Yep.
Yep.
Scott Douglas 7 for 7 perfect boxes, by the way.
How many double strikes do you have, triple strikes you think you have? Estimated. You can't go over, you lose both showcases.
I don't know, actually.
I did give you a homework assignment, how you got involved in Candlepin bowling to begin with, and talk about your youth days. You've won some stuff in the youth age also.
Yeah, so I started bowling or getting into it when I was 2 years old, and I was watching TV. Oh, what a shot.
Nice
I
shot
was
there.
watching TV with my brother. Oh, so close.
That's 5 in a row for Nichols, right? 5 marks in a row?
Yes, it is.
I was watching TV with my brother at 2 years old, we were flipping through the channels, bowling came on and we stopped crying. Switched it again, we started crying again. So then my mom put me and my brother in a league. We kept going until we were 18. And then once we graduated from high school, I kept going, my brother stopped. And yeah, we just kept going. But I, for like things that I've won, Candlepin.
For kids?
No, it was the other one.
New generation.
Yeah.
I
I've
got
won
my
that
notes. New generation.
3 times.
Yep. You won 3 times, right?
Yeah.
Did you go 2-1? Was it 2-1 your record there? How many times did you win?
3.
You won all 3?
Yeah.
3 times. That's right.
And then you can watch this on YouTube. Funny story. I was going against my brother in one of the playoff matches. And I got a spare in the 10th box. I needed 3 to tie, 4 to win. Right down the middle.
Don't worry, he got his head pin, folks.
I hit the head pin, 1-8 to lose.
Wow.
Like, I still laugh at that to this day. I'm glad I lost, honestly. Because I look back at that and I'm like, wow, that was pretty funny.
You know, if you lose, you make a head pin hit. You can't get upset like if you hit the lemon drop pin instead, you know?
Right.
4 or the 6. That'd probably be upsetting, right? If you did it that way instead.
That would be upsetting, but I hit the head pin.
That's right.
And I didn't get rewarded.
Scotty got his pin again. All the pins down.
Quick update from Greg.
So Stephen Botte is on such a streak as well, 8 for 8. So I can't recall the last time I've seen 2 perfect strings in one string, as it were. Troy Fournier 5 down, and Josh Daley on lane 15 gets his head pin, 6 pin.
A couple months ago, Josh did 21 straight perfect boxes. He had a 9 and 8 box. Only 3 pins in the deck the whole match.
Nice shot, spare Fournier. Single in front, Daley matches. All right, so now we have a virtual tie here, by the way. 4 marks to 1, and I actually still might be a few behind on the Central 1 side, but I'll score check at box 8.
We should have a $5 wager for Candlepins for Cancer. Who gets the most strikes? At least whoever loses the strike battle of you 2 tonight. It's 4 to 3 for Charles. Puts $5 for Candlepins for Cancer.
Fournier loading, it's 7.
Josh had a spare.
Yes, thank you. I got to mark the smudge. Troy gets 7, 77 through 7.
You gonna beat Nichols in the strike department tonight, Charles?
Say it again?
You gonna beat Matt Nichols in the strike department tonight?
I mean, if Matt loses to an injured guy, that's not a good look.
Ooh. Crossovers leave Kings 5, 6, and 10.
There's that phrase. Copyright. The R symbol. Copyright Greg Gouillart. 2024, 2025, 2023.
Either the most or least intellectual contribution I've provided to the sport of candlepin bowling.
A lot more than that. Look at that.
Oh, yes. 10 into the 6.
That was a beautiful
from
shot.
behind.
How much does the power affect that shot, Charles? That definitely played a factor.
I will say, when you throw it harder, like you will, I mean, obviously if you throw it harder, you're going to go right through the middle a lot more, but you get rewarded in ways such as that. Like Tim Douglas throws it really hard, and at the beginning of the match, you saw he dropped 8 in his first ball and all came back.
One thing that's impressed me about you, Charles Collins, you're 23, right?
4.
24 now, right? Just turned 24. You're so calm. You're a class act. You get frustrated like everybody else, but like you conduct yourself off the lanes with class and dignity.
Yeah, when I was younger, like obviously I didn't know, but I got angry, and as I got myself in the pro league, I was like, I can't really like act like this. If I want to get in the pro league and I want to go big with this, I can't really do that. So I do get mad occasionally, sometimes, but I don't really try to show it as much as possible because it's obviously not a good look, and you don't want to do that.
What do you do with the mad you feel?
What was that, Greg?
Yeah, was that?
Yeah, that was our Mr. Rogers quote. Snuck it edgewise.
But no, seriously, you really impressed me how you conduct yourself off the lane. We need more bowlers like that, especially people coming up the ranks. It's you want to win, obviously. You want to win with grace, you want to lose with grace, I always say. It's no fun losing, I know.
Yeah, it's not fun losing, but I see losing as a learning point.
Good attitude.
You're gonna have to lose regardless.
Yeah. And you're gonna lose more than you win, obviously.
100%. I mean, Candlepin for cancer.
Twice in the finals.
Yeah, twice in the finals. I got 2nd place, and I was 1 seed both times.
It's good. Wood spins from the 8 to the 7. Tim Douglas.
And if I can challenge you on Butwell's roll, so March 22nd, something like that, and you get a chance to get in the 3rd time. You're going to win one of these eventually.
All right, I'm going up now.
Here we
if
go.
I throw a strike, I'm pointing right at it. I'm coming right back.
All right, thanks.
Saying it again.
Talk is cheap.
Danny's show is an easier one. Let's see here. I need to confirm scores. I'll be right back, actually. Or can you take a photo or something? Yeah. So 493 to 470, but I might be 5 pins. Okay. Central 3, then I need a confirmation of. Yeah. So, as I show it a 23-pin advantage. I'll just confirm that here for you folks.
Back to the top of the order. Collins, 8. As Greg getting the scoreboard fixed real quick. I'll do it for a couple boxes back in the third.
I was worried I'd missed a 500 470 is confirmed. Thank you.
All right, back to Greg with the play-by-play.
Collins gets 8 here. If he makes this, I think he'll make it back here. He's only left 1 pin standing the whole time. Well, this is confirmed as you see it here. 410, which sails behind the 10.
What are you trying to tell us, Charles? You want to come back here and talk to us again?
Hey, he's still got another box. No worries. Body luckless here. He's got 4 on that fill, and now almost certainly his perfect streak is gone unless he could get all these pins here. Goodness gracious. Gonna bid on that one, but the eBay auction is closed already, and he ends up with a 7 box. Good bid, good effort. Give it a ride. Good hustle. No, nobody says that on the second ball.
Dan McCoy, do the hustle. The old Channel 5 theme song. Do the hustle.
Collins nearly left a strange Starlight 5. The hustle, of course, the former theme song to the Channel 5 Candlepin Bowling
Who
Show.
sang the song, Greg? I'm Casey Kasem. This American Top 40 at Central Park Lanes, East Boston.
Oh,
Mass.
for heaven's sake, I should know this.
5, 4, 3, 2,
I don't know.
1. Van McCoy.
Very good.
I have the 45 record, the hustle. Do the hustle.
Hey, Vinyl.
Can you do the dance, Greg?
Do you still have the record? Vinyl's making a
I have the
comeback.
I used to DJ in the 80s.
249. No kidding.
Yeah.
At a radio station?
No, my own DJ. I used to DJ parties and things like that. I worked at a radio station with the old WTTP. We used to call it tough toilet paper. Natick 1060 AM, Natick High School football for 3 years.
Well, the W is obligatory. The rest is up to you. K, if you're west of the Mississippi River.
Pat Woodley had was the manager. He owned the Pat Woodley restaurant show for years and years on the radio, different stations. Very popular weekend show.
Charlie Collins, ho-hum, 146.
Now you're the Phantom Gourmet nowadays. Back then it was the Pat Woodley restaurant show. Very popular.
Body 9 perfect boxes, 114 with 1 strike and 2 spares.
Is there a path for Central 1 here, Greg?
Well, 8 boxes left. That's enough, absolutely. Just at the pace we're going right here, 37 even considering this extra strike from Penney. He may have to double it up. But we're not in that desperate land at all just yet. Norcross, though, has a triangle, 6, 9, 10. And he gets his head pin. Crossed over a bit, the 5-pin standing there. He was hoping for dominoes across the back line, but does not get it. Norcross, ooh, the 9-pin. Wrapped around and still standing. Peter's got an opportunity here. How's he going to play this wood? Try and go almost low on it and fanned it all. So his fill is 7 on the strike. And 8 in the box against Norcross's 9. Keying that all in, we can see a 31-pin advantage now for Central 3. 19 marks to 16 in this match. Pinning has now been much more even. Central 3's only gained 5 on the third ball. Norcross 6, 7, triangle 2. King of the Palace used to call those triangles Mongos for a reason I'm still not 100% sure about. 7, 8, and 9 for Penney. 2 pieces of wood. The left one's definitely, you would think, too flat, even though it could get the 7 and the 8. He'll try the right side, but the ball just deflects into the 8 instead.
I'm only do it for like $1.
So, 9 for Penney.
Well, Charles, you let us down. You didn't get a mark, but you pinned pretty good, though.
You know, when I let that ball go, I thought it was perfect.
But don't forget, Terminators rebuild. They reload. They always come back.
I'll take the game. 146.
I know.
I'll take it.
Awesome job.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for having me on here for like 20 boxes. That was
Your
great.
TikTok page one more time.
Yes, my TikTok
and your
is
fundraiser.
@Charles. Oh my God,
You
Charles.
sound like me now.
Wait. I got it. There it is on screen, folks.
Oh, there it is.
@_Charles1_.
There you go. Thank you, Greg.
Not our stream, independent stream, hosted by Charlie Collins on TikTok.
Buffalo, number 4. He's tied with Charles Collins, 4-4. They're going to overtime in the strike department.
All right. Thank you, Bolt. Thank you,
Thanks,
Greg.
Charles.
Josh made a few good comeback shots. 7-pin shuts him down in this one.
I saw that one, Matt. I missed the last one.
But at least these guys are in the neighborhood. I completely missed my mouse as I reached back here to update the scores and hit the light switch here at Central Park Lanes and accidentally turned on the music. That's probably one of the most embarrassing things. And had it not been for Danny Harris's dearest Gina teaching me how the light switch worked, I probably would still be in the dark.
I should have brought my cat with me to get the mouse.
Pun unintentional. By the way, that's another 10 box for Scott. He is now 1 away from a perfect string. Can he get all 10 pins in this box? Can he get it in one? He's got a split. What a time for that. Matt Nichols with 7 marks as a check mark on a strike.
That ties with 146. He's got a box and handle. Beat Charles Collins.
I think they scarcely noticed the music clicking on still. Hopefully the jukebox taste downstairs wasn't that bad. Seemed like some pretty mellow rock. Wonder if Scott's even... Let's see. Gets the 2-pinner. Yes, he clipped the 6-pin.
Almost nudged it down.
Perfect string still alive. Nichols collects. Pair on strike. What a string he's having.
He's got what? He got 7 in a row? 6 out of 7? How's it working for him?
He's got 8 marks. Scotty missed the single, and that's his first pin and last standing of this string. 1 pin left standing, 126.
Okay, I read the wrong scoreboard. Okay, so Nichols has 159. I read that wrong. All right, so 159 the ball. Wow.
159. Nichols is blazing. And Buffalo gets 8 more. Check that 9. 168.
That's a Buffalo, wow.
2 pins plus a ball for Central 3. There absolutely was racetrack, Paul. Now Daley gets up on a spare to show us how true this Central 3 lead is. 2 plus how many? Good to see you all out there. Candlepin Bowling Network on Facebook and YouTube. YouTube tends to have the highest quality experience, but you do you. We're happy to see you.
Plus you have high definition.
That's a strike on spare. You wanted to ask how far ahead Central 3 was. There's your answer. Fournier luckless with the 2-4-7 and 10 on lane 15.
Just when center 1, closing the door. Daley strikes literally. Look at that shot of Troy. Spare. 2-4-7-10. What a shot. What a spare. 12-pin lead for Central 3. 2 marks for each side. Daley 128. What's he have? 4 strikes now? Yeah, double earlier.
Daley has 3 strikes all told.
Going to become the 3rd bowl tonight to have 4 strikes.
I may need a confirmation of this total here. There's a triangle. Fournier into this head pin. 9 and 7 converge. And that is a 9 drop. Daley's got to get this triangle now, you'd think. He's missed the 6 altogether. The fill is 8. Troy's got this one for a spare. 3 in the last 4 and a 114 and a ball. Daley got 9, 145. Sometimes you wonder which stick will be the winner. 10 pins minus this. On a Fournier hammer, we have a tie ball game. Now they're saying 8, okay. Fournier, this fill is 9.
Troy Fournier coming big time. 1, 2, 3, and they lead by 1, I think. Or is it even? Let's find out. I was told 8. Let's find out.
So we're showing it as an even ball game here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it. Okay. That's their score. That's their score. They're
Central
even
1
ball game. Yep.
Central 1 says they have 1 pin. Central 3 says it's even. So we'll find out after this official string. Our score is unofficial.
Then I have to leave it this way. Sorry for the confusion, folks. We use paper scoring here at Central Park Lanes. It's the best we can do, even in this dramatic moment.
Wood got in the way for Harris. Tough break.
Yep, 8 pins versus 7 on the fill.
Douglas can certainly give him the lead. Well, actually, he's on mark also, right?
So that's what we have. He spares! 3-pinner goes. Back-to-back spares for Tim Douglas. Harris whiffs the single. He's got 9. And now a clear advantage for Central 1, even if there's a question of a stick in there.
It's either 8 or 9 for Central 1. Douglas did today a 650 masterpiece on Candlepin Bowling Network with Sean Taylor earlier today.
Yep, just realizing the match score is not properly entered in, but Central 3 won the first one by a bunch. We'll key that in just a second properly. Douglas loads 8, and the lead is 9, tentatively. It's 7 for Central 1, excuse me.
Central 1's going to win it. We're tied 2 apiece.
That's it.
With extra wins, they'll be in first place.
Harris missed that spare. Douglas spares anyway. And 3 straight for 119 and a ball. Danny Harris 10. And Central 1 comes back to take the next 2 points. And we're plunging right into a decisive third string coming on up. I'll tab this over to third of 3 as Timmy wraps up the second one. It's a good one. The fill is 9.5. We'll have to truncate the decimal, unfortunately. Sorry, Paul, but we have 128 and unofficially, but thankfully, clearly a Central 1 victory.
That's Tim Douglas. He can have an off string that comes right back clutch like he did today. He was down 30-something late in that string and came back to win it.
A lot has been said about Tim Douglas's consistency, but remember, also an Easter Classic champion. Speaking of Leda Lanes, we got to promote him all we can while we still got him in Nashua. 20-string tournament coming up on April 20th. Try not to forget. 16 pins.
All right, 16-pin lead for Central 1. Greg, I'll let you start the first 2 boxes.
Sorry. Yeah, 16 pins. I'm sorry. And then we had for some reason I didn't record the previous one, but it's really a 69-pin victory in the first string, so I'll have to key that in. I'll copy that in here as fast as I can. Get you guys a look at the reality. Six pins down for Stephen Botte to begin.
I'm going to give you the first 2 boxes, Greg. All the lost time you got last string, okay? You're going to call the first 2 boxes for all the 5. How's that? Make up for the lost time.
Sounds good. Or we could broker something at Pro Series, whatever.
Sure.
Let's see, clear this away. Spare for Collins to begin. So Collins a spare, Botte an 8, and the commentator finally getting caught up.
Final string, 2 points apiece. Central 1, no slouch of late, red hot. Lost the first 596, 527, wins 645 to 620. Is that story? Oh, 16 that string. It's close from the match, though. Central 3 has a decent lead in the match, though. 55.
Yeah, I had it wrong on the first point. Strike! Collins got the 7-pin to clip out late.
5th strike of the match for the Terminator. He'll be back. Literally. He'll be back. All
right.
Charles. I give him the headphone warning. Get a kick out of that one.
As long as you viewers don't need a headphone warning of your own. Collins gets strike on spare. He can now pin out 380, by the way. Daley can already pin out 396. Nichols can pin out 375, which means there is room for any of those bowlers to go 400 if they pick this up here.
I think I guilted you of missing the mark last 2 boxes, Charles. Now you come right back with your 5th strike.
I know.
Now you lead Buffalo 5-4 in the strikes.
I am. Take that, Matt.
Yep, so we're caught up here. All the scores are official. We had it right all along.
Yeah, that was a good match. They all got hot in the end, and it was a good match. That was a fun one.
And just for the absolute newcomers of the Candlepin community, it's a tight-knit community. I mean, sure, everyone bowls to win when they're on the lanes, but as I've heard it said, you compete hard on the lanes, you're best of friends off the lanes. Fair to say?
Yeah, I have no hate towards anybody here. A lot of these guys in this team, I'm really good friends with.
Why would it be hate anyway? Then
Yeah,
again,
there is no hate. There is none.
No need for that anyway, if there is.
It is a small world after all.
Sure, especially in this community. There's not many of us.
At the current moment, mayhaps. But it's
Ooh,
a
I forgot to
pleasure
show
you all the
scores.
same.
Hold on, I have to show the scores. 1 second.
Got to flash that piece of paper in front of your TikTok stream, doesn't he? Norcross on the 3-4, 7-10. He's using the wood on this one, hoping something would come this way. It did not. Penney gets a 10, and Norcross gets a 9.
Charles Collins on TikTok at _Charles1_. That's at _Charles1_ on TikTok. Central 3, Winslow gets 6 points. Will it be enough to hold on to first place? It's a 1-2 showdown next Friday night, Extra Lane, 7:30, right here on YouTube on Candlepin Bowling Network. Hit subscribe, it's free. Hit the bell icon after, get notified when we go live. Never, ever, ever, never miss a ball.
9 pins down for Nichols. On fire, 275 for the first two. Scotty Douglas, the 4 and the 8. Scott did not know until just a few hours ago he would be even bowling at all. Nichols spares.
How many marks do you have in a row? Do you have 7 in a row in that string, or 6 out of 7?
You got to check that one. 4-8 is fanned.
Scott and 8.
That was on the second ball. Spare chance missed.
Okay. All right, missed that.
He has 7 consecutive marks for Nichols in boxes 4 through 10.
So that's 7 straight now? 8 straight now, right? Overlapping?
That's right, if you
Not that
wrap it
counts.
around.
Yeah, he's continuing from last game. He's still going.
And still he's there on lane 16.
Sure is, yeah. Good for him.
Matt Nichols primarily out of the same Webster Timber lanes, although not in the ACST. Westport lanes.
Nope, no strike. He's not matching me.
Westport Lane's in Westport, Maine. Home of the Maine State Finals, April 5th
Excuse
and
me, I'm
6th.
getting it mixed up now.
So it won't be the Pro Series or the NBA Finals.
It's in
now.
Brockton. That much I know. He spares.
Yeah, Westgate. Yeah, Westgate. Yeah.
That's it.
Buffalo Spare.
9 straight across strings.
What's the name, right? I heard you say the name wrong. You keep, like I was doing Dino Dellis, Dimitri Dellis, a doubles match, and I kept calling Dimitri Dino, and I know it's Dimitri, and I know Dino is Dino, but I kept saying it wrong. And once you make a mistake, it gets in your head. You say it 5 or 6 times. It's like, idiot, Paul. But it's live on, no editing. It's all live and raw, all the bloopers.
Scott Douglas gets 9.
Charles, talk about the fundraiser again for your father.
Sure. So, on March 30th at Millis, 9 a.m., 12 p.m., and 3 p.m., we're doing a 9-pin tournament for my dad, who's currently battling brain cancer.
It's March 30th, 2025, on this broadcast.
Yep, and he is doing much better. I will say that for starters. But this tournament's just like to raise some money and just to help him with his battle, and that we all support. And a lot of bowlers, literally, like as I'm looking at these bowlers right here, I think everybody is signed up, I believe. And
Daley spares.
And yeah, so it's a good thing to get the community coming together. I'm just glad everyone's going to be there.
If they can't make it because you're sold out, they just can't make it, how can they donate to your father, help him out?
Yeah, you can reach out to me on Facebook.
Charles Collins?
Yeah, so you can reach out to me, and if you want to do something like that, or just showing up, because we're going to be doing a lot of raffles, a lot of fun, cool raffles, and like I said, it should be a lot of fun. But I appreciate everyone who is coming, and from my family, like I said, we do appreciate it.
And remind me, is this on a fundraiser website? Because you consider we go out live to several people out there across the world, like you are too, mind you. Like, wow, that's 710. I thought had a chance to go. But
spare.
Is it on a particular fundraising website that people can easily access and you don't mind sharing, or is the Facebook route still the best one?
It's just on Facebook. It's not on a website or anything.
There's no GoFundMe stuff? There was a GoFundMe.
There's a GoFundMe.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
$9 for Daley right there.
Okay.
And But yes, however you can help is greatly appreciated, obviously.
Central 1 trying to split at least today. Still down 64 in the match, 11 to string.
Douglas strikes.
Tornado time.
Timmy, I mean to say, he's got 3.
He had 6 earlier today in a must-see match against Sean Taylor on Candlepin Bowling Network or YouTube or the ACST Facebook page.
Danny Harris has been quiet. He misses the spare here. However, the last time I said, he seems to be off to a slow start.
But how about him and Justin Waters, that Pro Series doubles at Leda Lanes?
Was at the Pro Series at Leda Lanes with Justin Waters.
Each won their first Pro Series titles. Good for them. Long overdue. Good. Congratulations to Justin Waters. Hope you're feeling better tonight, Justin. Waters World.
He'll be back in a couple weeks' time. Presuming and hoping a good recovery. Timmy, he went off for a bunch last time we saw him. He's got the 2-4-10 this time. Harris, 8. Pin for 9 drop.
But more times than not, Danny Harris will come through in the clutch and need it the most. Like they did that final 5 boxes, down 29 at the half. That one-string final.
And he mentioned in that interview, how can I get the mark now? How can I get the mark now?
Oh, he
Find a way.
Found a way to get that one with the wood.
That's the silly way to get it, Paul.
Well, thankfully, style points don't matter, but seriously, they don't.
Charles,
Here we
thanks a
go
lot.
again.
We'll see you again in a few minutes.
7 fill, 8 box for Tim Douglas. And we take a look here. So 6 pins plus a strike for Central 3. Overall in the match, the marks are 42 to 38. So you consider that string 1 where there were barely more marks for Central 1, honestly, or for Central 3, honestly. They had 5 more spares. But the pinning made a large part of that advantage as well. So I think it's basically just been a little bit of everything. Just more marks for Central 3, more bonus pins on those marks, and more pinning for Central 3. And it's just all those factors combining to make this 59-pin margin. So 2 boxes down. Did you say you wanted to take over 3 and 4? It's up to you.
It's up to you.
It's up to you.
Jump ball.
I'll go for it. What the heck? Collins drops 9 more.
And a wiggle on the 2.
Ooh, boy. He gets denied a double, which confused Greg Packer earlier, but denied a double was what I was trying to say. Then I tried to say it, then I reloaded the page, and it was a whole mess. Sorry, buddy. Ooh, no, that...
I don't think he wants to talk to us. I think he missed it on purpose. We'll have to ask him about that one.
Well, he played to the side of the wood. Plausible deniability, I guess we'll say. Body a good second ball, but no 4-pin.
And what is that shot, Greg?
That's a Paul Grant special. 9 box. Miss a second, make the third. Never a good time for that. And he's got 49 through
Wait a minute. In my
3.
defense, if you win, it's okay.
Body 6, 26 through 3.
Let's pause 17.8 seconds for station identification from Greg Gouillart.
Finally, that's just compensation. Hi, it's Candlepin Bowling Network. We're live on YouTube and Facebook, usually YouTube, but sometimes both. Please like the video by hitting the thumbs up button if you're logged into whatever platform you may be watching on. That was almost a lemon drop. And either way, we greatly appreciate your support just by watching. Thank you.
4 seconds left. I'm bringing a stopwatch next time.
I have time blindness. It's okay. Ooh.
Same spot. That's a lemon drop shot there.
Well, we've seen the grip issues there. Collins is not on a strike, thankfully, but...
So he's not going to talk to us now, the next 2 boxes. I think he needs a break from me.
Unless that boy needs therapy. But he's got an 8 box.
Just on aromatherapy.
And that wouldn't be half bad right now. Though
I hate the smell of like incense. It just smells, I don't know. Some of these flavors, like, spice smells, like, ugh, gross. I could never have worked in a candle store.
Incense I like, but honestly, the weird smell I like is like the older, like wooden centers. Honestly, like Norwood Sports Center, I miss that bowling center. That place smelled nice, even though that's totally, by all accounts, old school must. But I liked it anyway.
I bowled there a couple times in my younger years.
That was some tough place. The bowling equipment is still there. It's still for sale at last check. Neither Norcross nor Penney. Penney had a tough split in particular. Norcross will take 10. Nick's at 29 through 3. Peter at 8 box, 27 through 3.
Thank you for watching this match. Share with your friends and family. Get them involved in this great game of Candlepin bowling, a sport for any age.
Norcross crushed. Strike. First strike of the day. Penney, he's got 1-2. Matching strikes. I only have time to show Norcross's on this occasion. Penney already threw one earlier.
Hey, thanks, Pete. Thanks, Greg. Playing favorites.
I know, I'm the worst. 6-pin last. That's about as quintessential Candlepin as it gets. And now we drop down to Scott Douglas and Matt Nichols.
Buffalo 4 strikes, 1 behind Charles Collins, 5 for bragging rights.
And a couple of 20 boxes already. This time he's a little thin on it, so the 2-pin standing, as is the 7.
I told him if he doesn't beat him, he has to pay $5 for Candlepins for Cancer. I'll tease him about that one.
Those gosh darn horsemen again for Scott. He's missed the corner pin, and the nightmare lives on. Just the 7 for Nichols. That darn corner pin might as well be glued down. Case in point, 9. Nichols picks a stick. 36 becomes 46 through 3. Scott Douglas 26 through 3, and Central 3 with less of an advantage than we're used to seeing them with in strings. And that's scary. Central 1, you remember, had that come from behind win. Don't count them out of pinfall total as well. 2 match points per string, 2 for total, 2 apiece as you see next to their team names.
And a big 1 versus 2 next week's extra hosting. Central 3, Friday Night Pro League, week 28 of 35 on YouTube, on Candlepin Bowling Network, 7:30, March 21st, 2025. Don't want to miss that one. That's why you want to hit that bell icon after you subscribe, Greg. That way you get notified when we go live.
Right.
Message your people, hey, do me a favor, sign up for Candlepin Bowling Network. Watch me bowl.
And we're looking to really flesh out candlepinnetwork.com. We don't yet have the candlepinbowlingnetwork.com domain, which frankly I'm not privy to the reasons why that is, but candlepinnetwork.com, we're looking to build that site out, which does have temporary links for Candlepins for Cancer registration. You go to the homepage, you scroll down, and you click the Register Now buttons. That's how you get there while we wait for candlepinsforcancer.com to get back online. So my point being, algorithms control how we view the internet these days, and by hitting that notification bell, and one day by going to candlepinnetwork.com, you'll be able to better control at least one piece of your entertainment viewing, and hopefully you'll be just that much more happier for it by making that freedom of choice for yourself. Daley's got the 1-8, and Josh has a spare 2nd and 3 of the string. Ooh, the corner pin. Still glued down.
I'm going to bait you. I'm going to give you a dare.
Oh?
How about I'll make a deal? Let's make a deal.
$9 for Fournier. That's out of the gutter.
How about if you call the rest of the string
Sure.
and you go to extra next Friday night?
Ooh.
Is that possible?
I'll have to see. I couldn't make that deal. I'm so sorry.
That's a tough ride for you from Auburn.
Yeah. No, that's okay. You can take the rest of this one. Daley's right down the middle.
I tried to beat you, Greg. You didn't go for it.
I know. I've learned your tricks. I'm sorry.
$1 for Candlepin.
Use the mental force.
$1 for Candlepins for Cancer.
Fournier's got the 2 pins out. Daley took out the right side. So well worked out on these splits for both of them. Josh can't get the 3rd ball to connect, so Troy will pick up 2 pins on this one. And now, you see it's 13 pins plus a ball. So over to Harris and Douglas. Checking in here. On a spare fill. Just didn't drive through the 5. 9 down. Timmy right down the middle for 5 of his own. A 5 drop, that is to say. Harris has this one, so 19 and another. That's the start he's after. All his head pins so far. Douglas rips out the 2 pin despite being twice accurate.
Greg, we had some breaking news.
Oh.
Central 2, the 12th seed, leads the number 3 seed, Academy 2, 4-0. They won the first 606 to 539. They win the second 617 to 597. 87-pin lead now early in the third.
So John Alosa 141, PJ Amisho 140, and
Dimitri Dallas.
Excuse
better brother
me.
bowler.
Douglas strikes for the 4th time today.
PJ, a very good bowler out of Maine. And John Aloha Alosa, good addition to their team this year also. Tim Jalbert is a 136, 146 for Academy 2 in a losing cause.
Some big time 140s there. That's how Central 2 comes up big. Harris well pinned out on the split. That's 10. And 56 through 4. We'll take a look here. 32 pins up for Central 3. 85 overall. Central 1 does have that extra strike right now. Currently 7 marks to 5 for Central 3. Take a look at the standings meanwhile, which I had up a moment ago. Let's see. There we go. And you see it there. That's going into today, remember. Central 3 just 1 point ahead of Exeter and 16 ahead of Academy 2 over yonder, who has now dropped 4 points. So now Central 3 at present is 2 more ahead of them. Central 1, of course, part and parcel, having tied 2-2 in the match we see here. Hingham, Metro, Academy 3, and Academy 1. For full standings, including for full standings and audio commentary, weekly recaps, go over to our friends at alleychat.net, ALLEY chat.net, where Kyle Bruce has your breakdown of all Friday Night Pro League action. Paul?
Well, since you're not going to X next week, I guess I'll do the play-by-play. I lost that bet.
I'm sorry. Hey, he took the 4. Look at that. He made the 4 horsemen. Incredible.
That's a strange one. Stephen Botte. No.
Yep.
Fix Charles Collins' TikTok feed. It timed out.
No, it didn't. We saved the TikTok. We did it, Paul. We saved the city.
Charles on TikTok at _Charles_1. Is that right, Greg? Put that up on the screen again.
At _Charles1 _.
I always get it backwards. I should know it by now.
Hold on. Oops. There we go. Whoa.
So Jonathan Boudreau just reported Exeter beat Riverwalk by about 40 pins in the second, about 4-0. Exeter right now is number 1. Central 3 now number 2 by 1 point.
Collins picks up 2 in the process. 34. All right, so a current new leader in the Friday Night Pro League. There is prize money on the line, and most of it goes to the winner of the regular season, as it should be, of course. That's 35 weeks of action as opposed to one big day. But, of course, a significant chunk of change to whoever wins the playoffs. Central 3 won both.
Timing right for Collins. Botte checkmark left. Central Park, East Boston, Mass. Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Mass. Botte can't get the 7 to fall. Good try.
Silly corner pins.
Central 3 needs the points. Get back to number 1 potentially. Collins spare. He'll be back. 77 the ball through 6.
Hey, he made the diamond.
Botte at 10. 53 through 6 on Candlepin Bowling Network. We're going to do one more station D, Greg. How about 6.6 seconds?
Hi. You're watching Candlepin Bowling Network. Thank you. You're awesome. No, truly, you are.
Did it happen, Greg? It did. I knew it. I knew it was coming.
Paul had the assist. Paul had the assist, actually.
All right, Charles is all done talking to us tonight for now.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
after the match.
I didn't really explain what the fuss was all about. So TikTok streams, every now and again, it does the whole Netflix, are you still there question, except it gives you a stupid CAPTCHA test, like slide the puzzle piece into position. So, great way to lose your stream if you're not paying attention. Hashtag let Charlie stream.
Peter Penney, tough leave here. Oh, what a try. 8-pin holds.
Good count on this strike, 9.
46 through 4. Norcross, good second ball, triangle left. 7 his strike. 46 through 4. Penney at 10, 56 and a half. Nick and 8, 54 through 5. Got a frog in my throat. Rebate. Instead of ribbit, I'd say rebate. Silly rabbit tricks of the kids. Penney with the wood. Can he sweep it over? He goes to the pins instead and wraps around the 6.
I think the wood was too shallow. I think he may have been justified in not trying it.
Oh, what a shot for Norcross spare. Peter's not shallow. The pins were shallow, just for the record.
Absolutely. No.
9, 65 through 6. Norcross 64 and a ball through 6. Central 3 fighting for first place. They could still be second before the showdown next Friday night. Might be going solo again.
Interesting on that spare by Norcross. It sort of hit on the front face of the wood and just kept on going into the corner.
Buffalo Nichols 55 through 4. Look at his 5th strike. Check mark again and the 10. The twister, Scott Douglas 36 through 4. Another diamond. A lot of these tonight. So I think 3 of these made tonight, I believe.
Yeah, fuzzy little 2 pins there. You're just not fully in the pocket and the pin just flutters away and flutters in front and leaves you messes like this.
Nichols bounced it away. Douglas, great shot, won't go.
And again, same principle, just with the 2 pin.
No detention from the principal. Stay after. Nichols Nate, 63 half. The twister splits the uprights for a 10, 46 after 5. 2 spares to 1 for Central 3, the defending champions. 2 points apiece, up 33 in the string, 86 in the match.
So, Candlepin Pro Series does start tomorrow at 10 a.m. first shift. I think I'll be able to make it there by then. Worst case scenario, I'll start at noon. Strike Nichols.
Buffalo! He's tied with Collins at 5 strikes.
That's 5 now. Has got to get that 2 pin to hook down.
I think they should stay afterwards and bowl till someone gets a strike to win. If they don't, no one else gets a strike.
I mean,
a double strike should be the tiebreaker, too.
If we were running a side skins game, I suppose. You guys have seen the skins game. We're not talking shirts versus skins. We're talking cash. Yep, that wood's going to go.
You can do the play-by-play for now, if you like, Greg.
Yeah, that's fine. 56 in the ball. 3 marks to 2.
I'll be covering the ladies, by the way, tomorrow morning, folks, 10 o'clock, the ladies division. And then Greg will join in when he gets there, and I'll join you for the finals or semifinals.
Unless it's going to, you're going to be there first shift. I think so, Nico. But maybe it's possible they might be rotated around. But usually I think Abington has enough lanes that they'll probably separate the sides, if I had to guess. It works either way, I'm guessing. Everyone can coexist, right? Skinny Mini on this pin. That was quite a cartwheel on Fournier's side, but Troy leads to 7-10.
Well, how about this? The tiebreaker is the strike fills for Collins and Nichols, each with 5 strikes. That should be the tiebreaker. If you can figure it out, Greg, the total pinfall. Extra homework if you can figure it out.
Actually, that's a pretty easy stat for me to figure out. Fournier gets 8. And Daley 9. So... Okay, so Collins has 46 bonus pins on his 5 strikes, and Nichols has 34 and an unfilled strike.
All right, so Charles leads the tiebreaker by 12. Unless Nichols double strikes, Charles has the edge.
Ooh, glad that's... Troy's happy that 2 pins stood. Josh has the diamond left. 2, 4, 5, and 8. Fournier.
Oh,
yes,
what a
that's
shot.
good.
That's awesome.
2, 7, 8, 10 with Wood.
Using the number 3 seed. We came up against Royals last year at Buttwell's. Bowling again right now is the 3 seed at $5.99. To bowl, go to candlepinnetwork.com to some of the Candlepins against Royals while the website's being fixed still.
Jay Simino won that step ladder at Boutwell's.
Against Sean Baker. It's all on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. February 10, 2024. Step ladder series. Daily at 10, 69 through 6. Back to Greg.
And Fournier got that spare. Excuse me. I got to do everything. And then take another look. That was a 2, 7, 10. Excuse me. And there it goes.
Greg's a happy camper. He loves instant replay.
Who doesn't love instant replay? Let's be real. We're finally... It feels like a shred of dignity has returned. Steve Kelly has the same effect, though. He goes like film noir when he's got his film replays on. Hey, that's good. 1, 5, 9, and 10. What a strange configuration that is. But Harris spares it for his third of the half.
Yeah, Nico, we got an update from Jonathan Woodrow. Exeter won the first 2 strings, handily in the first, about 40 or so in the second. 4-0, command of the total. They'll either get 6 or 8. If they take 8, they'll be in first place, as they are right now, by 1 point. Heading to that 1-2 showdown next Friday night in Exeter Lane, Shooters Sports Club. What a great owner in Rob Vaccaro Sr. What a great place to hang out and bowl. Exeter Lane's Shooters Sports Club, 6 Columbus Ave, Exeter, New Hampshire. They got a $39 bowling pizza special for 5 bowlers, 75 minutes. 1 lane. Free pizza, 18-inch delicious cheese pizza, shoe, and a pitcher of soda also. Unbeatable deal all year round. Next Friday night, week 28 of 35. Greg.
Lambda's in the middle of the Greek alphabet, and Douglas has a lambda middle, which he makes for his first spare, albeit amid his 2 strikes.
Lambda?
Not a clue.
You said lambda. So
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, it's a lamb. Duh.
That's a Paul joke.
I get it.
It's funny than a dad joke, though.
Harris takes 9, and we take a look here. Heaven help us.
Everything seems serious. I'm a goofball. When are you going to delve into that Oreo cakester, by the way?
Just in case you've never seen a Paul stream, yes, he is goofy. 348 to 314 in this going here. Taking a look here, so Daley can now pin out 400. Even if he gets 9s all the way here, he would have 401. So with good pinning, he'll get there. Nichols is a good fill and another mark away from a 400 himself. Collins, you can actually say the same as well. So all those 400 watches are coming through, and who knows how many more fireworks there are. I mean, 629 was a losing score for Central 3 to Central 1, 645. What more are we about to see?
7th and 8th boxes back to the top of the order.
Yep.
Back to Greg. I'll do the final 2. How's that, Greg? That's okay with you?
Sounds good. Bill, I think, has some scores here. I'm not quite sure on that, but we had that.
You know, Exeter won the first 2. Triple-digit lead in the match. Heading to that 3rd.
We'll check in on that. Collins gets a 7 fill. Woods coming across and spares.
Wow.
Power is power, and that is a dandy 17 and another. You see it there. Body matches, and we're going to take a look. Nichols apoplectic. We missed the reference. The Terminator strikes again. Beautiful. Wood rolling right into the 6.
He spared again. Strike that comment from the record.
That's true. Just 5 out for Collins, so he's got the Wayne Gretzky 99 through 7. Body has, guess what? The 4 Horsemen. So, the old nemesis returns again here at Central Park Lanes, East Boston. Well, these 2 teams are based out of Central 1, the designated home team today.
Some of these young bowlers out there watching. Who's Wayne Gretzky? Who's Larry Bird?
Oh, come on, you got it.
Who's Bill Russell? Who's Paul Davis?
Third ball's coming up for each. And that's 10. Nicely done on the 1-7. Collins, all the pins in his past 4. He's actually only had 1 imperfect box. Hey, say the same for Body. 2 pretty sizable split apart pins there. Body 79 through 8. So, Central 3 holding off this long makes total much more secure for them, as they're 93 minus a ball up there. Oh, of course we confused the guy from out of country, of course. Wayne Gretzky, one of the greatest ice hockey players of all time, if not the greatest in many people's minds. Maybe Mario Lemieux might be the only other one with a thing, but it may not be the greatest goal scorer.
And Phil Esposito had 76 goals for the Bruins one year. He was dangerous. Good slot.
Underrated great. Penney spares on the 5-pin.
Johnny Busick days.
An 8 for Norcross. So the mark stacking up. Check. Look out between total and game there. Central 1 now stacking up those shapes. 3 triangles and a square. That's the Canadian notation in a sort of manner of speaking. They lay a proper scorecard out horizontally, and American scorecards are properly laid out vertically, as you've seen in other broadcasts. But we've appropriated the shapes here just in time to see Norcross punch out the middle. Spready. Penney's got 6. The corner just won't carry. Mel is here, I believe, much to her chagrin. The leave didn't work out. Let's see, 2, 4, 7, 10. Not going to get there.
You can't get there from here. Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Norcross needs pins. Uh-oh, he's only got a 6 box this time, though. So Peter almost made that. Gains 3. So 37 minus 2 marks. This is still decidedly a Central 3 lead, but not conclusively so.
Pretty much a total, pretty close to wrapped up.
Just about, but there is racetrack left on that. I mean, we still remember Central 1's comeback in that second string was quite impressive. Scott Douglas, 6 out.
62 through 6.
Nichols, those pins fly apart, and unfortunately nothing comes back.
He's on a strike.
Yeah,
So it's 46-41. Charles Collins has the 5-pin tiebreaker and 5 strikes each.
It's the corner pin denying Scott Douglas.
And that's a twister wood for the twister, Scott Douglas.
Yeah, Central 1 had 6 of their last 10 marks to Central 3 only 1, so gaining 5 marks in that last salvo, in my terminology anyway, gets it. Nichols converts the spare with wood, and he's got yet another 20 box. So with Scott Douglas 9, Matt Nichols is now well poised to have his 400 if this keeps up. 5 strikes and 10 spares.
Ask Greg Gouillart any questions. Greg, I haven't you say take 20 out of the ATM lately.
I did earlier.
I didn't hear that one. I was getting updates.
Alas. Head pin, again, it converges on a full hit. 7. 100 through 7 for Matt Nichols.
Get your questions to Greg Gouillart at.
The chat, I don't know. You could leave a comment. Please be nice. Thank you. 1, 3, 10. Well, the diagonal went this time, and not when it really is any comfort to Scotty. Nichols. Ooh, just behind the 6. All sorts of splits on there. I've counted at least 4. I confess I'm not fully certain of that. 10 box for Scott Douglas, 10 for Matt Nichols. How far to Abington? It's about an hour drive for each of us, all told.
More than that for me usually. That's when it's some of the tunnel issues or bad weather can take 2 hours to get there. Sometimes 2.5. Sometimes for me. It took you 3 hours to get to Kingston Alley Cat lanes a couple years ago in the Tim Douglas ACST quarterfinals. Scott beat his brother as a 7 seed. That's on Candlepin Bowling Network on YouTube. 2022 season, 2022-23 season.
Fournier 6 fill here. So avenging the 1-8 perhaps. Fournier, yes, the 1, 2, 7, and 9 for back-to-back marks.
Maybe in the 21-22 season with Douglas Brothers playoff match actually.
So an 8 box.
Central one hanging around here in the string. Total pretty much out of reach right now.
Josh Daley looks at the hand. Troy Fournier looks at 4 pins blow apart. 17 pins minus, and just like that, the string result is in doubt. 3, 4, 6, and 7. Total still very secure. The fill is 7. Fournier puts another good count on it.
Longtime Buttwalls Ball in Concord, New Hampshire. The Candlepins for Kansas Rollouts continuing this Sunday, 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. CandlepinNetwork.com to sign up right now. CandlepinNetwork.com.
Just wide of the triangle.
Added Saturday, March 22nd, 12 noon and 3 p.m. also. Just added on today. And March 29th and 30th as well to wrap it up. CandlepinNetwork.com.
What didn't cover for Daley? So Troy Fournier +1. Pinning is very even in this string right now. Only 2 in favor of Central 3 in terms of literal pins knocked down on the third ball.
It's down to 9 for Central 3, up 62 in the match.
or 2 fewer left standing after the ball 3. That's what I meant to say. Central 3's left 24. Central 1's left 26.
They got a mark also to none for Central 1.
Ooh.
Ready from Douglas. Parallel time. Doc Shell's reference. 74 through 6. Leads down to 3.
Harris 2-4-10. Just on the object pin. That's object, nothing doing. Douglas high on the wood. Ball's coming back. And still is coming back. But not for the pins. Danny Harrison 9. Timmy misses this one and takes 8, so it's Danny that gains this. Harris has 91 through 7. Douglas 82 through 7.
A lot of matches called again this week, Greg. Voice holding up a little bit. Just got a little tickle in my throat tonight. Last string or so for some reason. Must been the chocolate chip cookie pizza going on the wrong throat. Chocolate chip cookie, rather. No pizza today. Tomorrow. It happens.
Not yet. Yeah, you can't not. Danny Harris, the 1-3. Tim Douglas. Head pin strike. Oh, baby. Central 1 making a run. Stephen Botte among everyone on the team vocally encouraging each other.
Douglas won it down the stretch in the second. Can he do it here again in the third? Gives his team the lead.
Paul, may I have a score check, please, as Harris gets 9. I'm hoping what you'll say is 462 to 459. We'll see.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Do I have to?
Please. Please. Finally. Thank you. We got to thank our fine paper scorekeepers for cooperating with our antics. There we go.
All right, the final 2 boxes, top of the order, 10 boxes left. Central Park Lanes, East Boston, Massachusetts. You're watching the Friday Night Pro League Game of the Week on your home for all things Candlepin Bowling. Candlepin Bowling Network in high definition YouTube. Hit free. It's free. Subscribe on YouTube to Candlepin Bowling Network. Like and follow us on Facebook. Hit the bell icon on YouTube. Get notified when we go live. 1 strike to none. Only mark for Central 3.
Botte's got 8 down.
Central
He's got
1.
the 6 and the 7.
Central 1 with a strike for Douglas, the anchor bowl, the only mark on the board.
That's enough for them at the current moment. 3 pins minus for Central 3. It's good! Spare!
Wow.
A deft touch on the wood for Stephen Botte, and he's got 2 in his last 3.
Collins
Diamond! Doesn't go.
All right, Greg, you can wrap it up here.
Might as well here. Collins has a 9. So 2 pins, but now 2 marks for Central 1.
Save my voice for tomorrow.
That
A
sounds
lot of
good.
broken sleep. There's a lot of just not sleeping good this past week.
So,
A lot of matches on the road, all over the place. Long day tomorrow, a couple of matches on Sunday, and Monday the same thing.
loving the grind. 7 pins for Botte, 96 through 9.
They have the lead.
The bowling fine Stephen has at about a 113 pace. 113 average pace. His try at the triangle. Yes! Tangled up the 10.
Huge finish, lead up bowler, Stephen Botte, 106 in the ball.
Collins, whoa, that 2-pin went everywhere except into the pins.
That ball dropped a little early, he wanted a little bouncy ball, took something off. Any 400s in sight here, Greg?
Oh, certainly. Daley and Nichols.
Yeah.
Collins has unfortunately missed that when not getting his mark. He's going to ends up with 397.
Not bad for the Terminator. 5 strikes, 46 bonus pins on those 5 strikes.
Stephen Botte, 338 plus this. On lane 16, head pin, good. A 7, and a split he does not have to shoot at.
Nice finish, 113, back-to-back marks. They have a Baker's dozen lead. Hold on, folks. Well, it totals 40, still a long stretch with 8 to go. Need a double strike or 2 along the way to pull it off.
The Central 1 would need a lot. Mind you, the strike is in the hands of Tim Douglas, who, if anyone's capable of a double, it's him. I say that even considering Matt Nichols has been the hot hand on Central 1.
Is it time to enter the Greg Gouillart miracle zone?
Not just yet, not just yet. It is far too soon to say that. Penney, now that's just tough. Right down the middle, spread eagle. And the 2-pin tips for Norcross. having that little break at the ball at the end, like so many pros do, makes such a big difference in getting those pins all wrapped up. Let's try at the 7. Uses wood. It's in front of it. Hits it into the sidewall, too shallow. 9 for Penney.
9's a wild. 9, 9, 9. 99 through 9. Late in the third.
10 box there.
Missed the second, made the third. You know what that means?
Ugh.
Not saying it, Bob Lee.
It's bad time, bad time, bad time. I consider Miracle Zone, by the way, needing a double strike or a pinning disaster. So there's still 7 boxes remaining for the 2 bowlers and 41 pins. Technically, you don't need a double or pinning disaster to make that up just yet. But that is my terminology. Your mileage may vary. 3-6 for Penney. Can he get this? Oh, he's lost it to the left, I'm afraid. Just one of those times. One of those nights for him, I'm afraid. And the Starlight 5 goes for Norcross.
It's a funny game. You can't make a single pin and make a shot like that.
Ain't that the way?
Nice comeback for Norcross. 106 in the ball at 10. Peter, an 8. 107 final string. 3 string total, Greg, for the top 2 bowlers.
Peter Penney 306. Nick Norcross is 313 plus. This ball on lane 15. 2 pin out. Down goes the 10. Don't hit that button yet. I think that wood is going to grind to a halt, though, and he'll take 6.
112 final strength, 319.
That's right. So 4 pins plus that Tim Douglas strike. So still Central 1 is holding the string, but total is now just becoming that much less likely. Yeah. Just on the 3 pin for Nichols. Scott Douglas can pin out 337. He's going pretty good. He's got the 1, 3, and 8. Matt's try. In there. 5 pin. Unmoved. Scotty on the 1, 3, and the ball carries through to the 8. And Central 3 now has a matching mark on the board to this 10 from Nichols. 4 pins exactly for Central 1 at the moment.
And Scott Douglas really improved greatly in his mental game. He gets angry a lot. He's done much better this past season.
On a New England knockout doubles.
And a Campus Cancer and variety pack title also.
He and Joe Corbett.
In Abington. Big 9 for Nichols.
Douglas, his fill is 8. 99 through 9.
99? Get smart.
9-9. I mean, yeah. Yes, it's good. Wood did not deflect Nichols' ball away and completes what he started on the first ball.
130 in the ball.
Scotty, oh, the Wood did deflect it away. I'll have to take a look at how exactly that went wrong, I suppose, because that's a 9 box there.
108 final string.
Pardon me, I am going to take a little peek here and see how exactly this went awry. Make sure we don't lose any of that live action. High up on it, and the Wood caroms in front, and you see the ball also get deflected off to the right as well. So just 2 tough deflections there. Bonus ball Nichols. 1 more. It's a 7 drop. And his 412 is what goes in the books with a 137 third string. 412 for Matt Nichols.
Greg, Academy 2 won by 8 pins over Central 2 the last string. Central 2 upsets them 6 points to 2. The 12 seed beats the 3 seed 6 to 2.
We'll take a quick peek at the standings.
Quick peek.
Fournier takes out 5. Daley, skinny mini on the head pin, just 5. Wood comes screaming back this way, but ran out in front.
4-pin lead for Central 1.
Troy can't get this to go across.
Central 3 pretty much has total wrapped up now.
Daley, come back this way,
wow.
it goes!
What a shot for a spare!
It's incredible. That pin took a hike.
And they can take the lead back. It's down to 3 for Central 1. Daley on the field to take the lead, but don't forget the Tornado Tim Douglas, the anchor for Central 1, the 4 seed on a strike next.
So the 10-pin took an extra scoot to the left, and that's why it went. So Daley on a spare, I'll smudge that accordingly.
How many diamonds we've seen tonight?
There's another one. You get it thin, you can't get rid of the 1, 2, 3, and that's that. Daley's fill on the 3-pin. Just, is the 5-pin out?
Yeah, 2 pins.
That's the 2.
98-9. The lead is 1 for Central, 1 plus a strike from Tim next.
He knows that's an opportunity that got away. Can he make it up? Missed the head pick.
178. Troy, big sticks here.
And he's got 10.
107, final string.
Daley.
7. Bogus string for his standards, 105, and the lead is 4 for Central 1, plus the strike from Tim Douglas. 2 blocks to go.
And that is the most unhappy I've seen anyone about a 401. He knows the team comes first. He knows what happened there, but that's a good individual effort all the same. Douglas's Strikeville. Pins crumbling.
They have 4, trying to do the 2. 3 rather, the 4 and the 6 rather than the 3. The 4-2's the other side, Paul. Wow, big 9 on the strike. Back
When
to
the
Greg.
physics suddenly changes, you don't know what to make of it.
Back to Greg.
On the single. Got it. Of course Timmy got his single. 112 and a ball through 9. Inconsistent. Don't be ridiculous. Danny Harris, parallel pins with wood. Where does he play this one? It looks like a pretty flat piece. On the right tip. And the 6-pin is all that's left. Took out the 5, 9, and 10. And now Central 1 significantly in front. In fact, this may be their string. So with that 9 box there it is.
15-pin lead, unbelievable. Central 1, Greg.
That should be 2 points aside. So we're headed for a 4-4 after a week 26 that had no 4-4 match results. Douglas crushed, and that should do it for the string. They'll secure those 2 points. Harris gets his own. Please tell me I clipped both of those. Ah, phooey. Well, we'll get Danny Harris's strike. So close. So both filling strikes here on the end.
Dimitri Dallas, a 372, the better brother ball tonight for Buttwalls. Dimitri Dallas with an E, 372 tonight.
So, in fact, it is mathematical. You
Central
only
2.
get 20 pins available for each side, so that is that. See how this goes. Timmy. Hey, you got a triple strike money after all still on the line. Guess what? I actually don't know if it's live for this, whether this is considered a strike. On Candlepins for Cancer TV shows it is. That's fine. Harris gets 7 on his first strike fill.
Central 1, 4 points tonight.
And there we go. The fill is 10, 129 for Danny Harris.
Central 1 can't get total, but boy, they gave a tough test tonight. Got clobbered in the first, wins the second, wins the third. Central 3 gets total. Final ball, Tim Douglas trying to get to 152.
Yep, so that's a double strike. We put the spare smudge up because it's 1 ball remaining. That's my way of doing it. 142 plus. This? Have another? No thanks. 12 is the fill. 144.
22 bucks, the power of the double strike.
And there it is. 27 pins, the victory in the final string. 26 pins, the Central 3 victory. So they get 2 match points for the string and total, respectively. And it is a 4-4 result in the standings.
High scores, Greg, for Central 1.
So Central, let's take a look at the totals. So there we are. Josh Daley, 401. Matt Nichols, 412. 27-pin margin there, so no, Josh was upset, but it was a lot of things. And Central 1, of course, Tim Douglas coming up clutch on the end there. We'll try and get that interview as soon as we can. Just take a quick look at the standings here. So it's all tied up. Exeter had the first 4 points. We'll wait to confirm on that, or you can follow Friday Night Pro League on Facebook.
Talk to the guys here. We're going to talk to Tim Douglas, Tornado. You had a 654 and 5 strings today. Clutch shots in the second to win it. Clutch shots in the third to win it. 4 points against the number 1 seed. Now they're number 2 before the showdown with Exeter next week. Your thoughts on tonight's match? After get drubbing in the first, you guys came right back and didn't bow down.
I'm speechless right now. So I just kept throwing my
You
ball.
must answer the question. The judge rules.
Just throwing my
I'll
ball.
hold you in
and-
contempt.
Yeah. Well, after bowling early this match, I found my ball here. I was struggling the first 2 strings and then adjusted and boom. I just found it at the end.
People say you can be critical of bowlers, obviously, saying consistency, not consistent. Everybody goes through ebbs and flows. How do you mentally stay tough? Your brother has done a great job in that last year, I've noticed. But
Yeah.
you've been very steady over the years. Nothing seems to phase you. Like the ISBA championship, you threw a 96 the Big 20, come back in the 169. How do you do that?
It's like I have no idea. I just keep repeating my same ball, calm myself if I'm struggling, and it seemed to work out. So
Good luck, Tim.
Thanks.
3-letter word.
wow.
All right, let's get Buffalo Nichols here. Well, you lost to Charles in the tiebreaker, the 5 strikes each, you have more pinfall, so $5 for Candlepin Chance if you'd like.
That's all right. That's fine with me.
4 big points today to make them number 2 now, and they're short on next week to Exeter. But, boy, you guys been killing it lately.
It's a team game. You got to win as a team. So it starts at the top.
BC all the way.
BC all the way.
Another
That's
fine,
right.
Another fine performance.
That's a stampede right there.
A 7-letter word for going 4-4 against Central 3.
It's 2 against this team's great. So to take 4,
A 7-letter word.
a 7-letter word is wow.
No, that's 3-letter word.
That's 3.
It's the B word he wants.
It's the B. The Buffalo.
All right, Matt Nichols. Thanks a lot.
There you
Back
go.
to Greg to wrap it up.
Well, we just fried both the Candlepin Bowling Network and the TikTok stream in one fell swoop. But thank you very much for watching. Seriously, all, we appreciate you so much. Thank you for being a guest in this Candlepin community and a part of it. We really appreciate you all. This has been Candlepin Bowling Network. Tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Atlantic, Pro Series live from Webster Timber Lanes in Abington, Massachusetts. If the start time is delayed, we'll post that on Facebook and let you all know. But that is the plan. We look forward to seeing you then. And until then, thank you very much for watching. So long.